So that's okay because we're gonna get this together. Okay, guys, people coming in here. Don't be looking outside my head or you anti-black. Don't look at nothing you don't need to look at. Hey y'all, I haven't done a live in forever. It's been so long and we have so much to talk about now that I am doing a live. Let me get my hair just a little more presentable because I'm like, I have it in this clip right now. Oh my god, that's worse. I had it in this clip because I'm about to do my like makeup and stuff. So I'm just gonna pin all this back because I'm gonna do my hair and everything. Actually, let me get, I have a new setup because I moved. I'm just gonna get my little headband right quick and then we'll get to talking. If I can find where I put it actually, because I don't know where I put it. My little, my Pop by Cherry headbands. Okay, wait, okay, no, that's fine. Well, I can't find my other headband, so we'll do this one for now. Just want to do my makeup. But yeah, y'all, I haven't done a live in forever. And there's so many hot topics that I haven't talked about because I have not done a live in forever. And yeah, this is just about to be where I light everybody the hell up and roast them for filth because I've been watching things in the background. Mind you, I've been doing a lot, so that's really part of the reason I haven't done lives either. Like the month of, what are we in, March? So February, I moved, I went to Houston. February was super busy. So yeah, I was just like watching everything unfold from the shadows because I definitely want to talk about all this like Kanye West-ish. I was seeing the Kanye and Kim stuff. Um, the Jocelyn's Cabaret little debacle that I saw. Or what else do I have I have a whole little list, you guys. The current war going on. Or I guess yeah, the war that's starting going on, so like that. Gotta talk about that. But not too heavily in detail because you know there's only so much you can say on YouTube, but definitely gonna talk about that as well. Those are like the top three things. And then also the stuff with like Mulatto and not Mulatto, but Lotto and her having an issue like with like trying to get a song released and the artist, the male artist was being difficult because she wouldn't sleep with him. I wanted to touch on that too. So yeah, we're about to talk about a couple of things. So I'm just gonna let just a little more people get in the chat and then we're gonna start getting into it. It's crazy how my makeup be coming together because I swear the process, baby, the process be looking crazy as hell. Crazy as hell. Let me get this off the sides and then pat this bad boy in. I'll be looking like I'm trying to turn into a to one of these people at first until it comes together. If y'all know, it's gonna come together. But yeah, how's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? How y'all been? Oh, and also I have two story times coming for you guys too. So actually I was gonna go to work tonight, but I think I'm gonna stay in and edit those story times because one of them I was actually trying to get up by yesterday, but I went and when I went to go edit it, I hated my hair in it. So I re-recorded. Um, oh, somebody said the sound sounds low. Hold on, let me see. So I went back and I re-recorded everything. Mm-mm-mm, mm-mm. Yeah, I had to go back and re-record because I was like, I did not like how it turned out. Like, I wasn't effing with it. But yeah, I have another story time coming for you. I have two. So for the people that are here in this chat, y'all get to know beforehand what for the people in the chat, y'all get to know beforehand what the stories are about because y'all are here. So I have one story where I met another Instagram crush, you guys. Maybe the Instagram crushes do not be going well, in my opinion. Oh, Princess Doll is in the chat. I have not. I feel like I haven't caught you in the chat in so long. Well, I haven't been in the chat long, but I haven't caught you in the last couple chats. I don't feel like. Hello, 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 hello. What was I about to say? Oh, okay, yes. So you guys, I met an Instagram crush. It was a trip, and I recorded that story time for y'all. Um, so that will be going up this week, and then actually, if honestly, if I can get it recorded tonight, I'm gonna try to upload it by tomorrow. And then the other one is a story time about y'all Maybelline strikes again. I think that's what I'm gonna name it, is Maybelline strikes again, because Maybelline at this point, for those of y'all that have seen my Miami stories and stuff, um, has become a whole saga or something, I guess. Because one thing about haters, they do not rest. They do not rest. So I have a story time about that too. Um, yes. Okay, so now that we have more, oh shit. Now we have more people up in here. Is she the girl you went on a trip with? Yes, Maybelline is the girl that I went on a trip to Miami with. And the trip went horrible. And we also work at the same one of the, because I said this in my other videos, but the place that I work has multiple locations. So we work for that same um, company of clubs. And every once in, well, not every once in a while, basically like once a week, we work at the same actual place still. So yeah, I have a story time about that because the devil be working, but I work harder, and so do my ancestors. My ancestors, they work harder. Yeah, I got some stories for y'all. Y'all finna hear these stories and be like, what the actual F? I'm trying, y'all, I be trying to work on my cussing. Even in the stories that I recorded, I did a good job. I didn't cuss a whole lot in the stories that I recorded because I'm working on it. Ooh, let me cover up these edges, child, because they are not laid. They are looking rough as shit. And I keep turning my head like I just don't love my life. Not me coming out here looking like this. Honestly, y'all, I think that's why it's taking me so long to do another live, because I just don't be feeling like being on camera. Sometimes I say this all the time, but I don't know, and I applaud people that do this, but I don't know how people can get on TikTok every day or every other day and be on camera every other day. I just don't be that damn presentable. I don't. And I get it. Like, TikTok is a space where like people kind of like the fact that people get on there like more so like just as they are. Um and I think that's dope too. But me personally, if I look too crazy, I'm not doing it. And I am one of those people, it's either gonna be 0 or 100. I don't really have it in between. So when I just be at home chilling, I'll be looking like all my life I had to fight, and I just cannot convince myself to come on camera like that. So to the people that be TikToking every day, no matter what the state of their, like, they be TikToking with, edge, like they braids be out, edge, what do you call it? Oh, hair glue be stuck in the braids, all that shit, like, and they just don't be caring. And I'm just like, sis, you are brave. I'm like, yes, man, that's what I be looking like. And I'll be, yeah, the girls on TikTok be, they don't care how they get on camera. They just ready to be on camera. I'm like, you go, sis. It will not be me, but you go, sis. So the contour product I'm using, so this is, y'all, this is my favorite concealer. This is the NK. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying to make sure you can see it. It's like, it's NK Cosmetics, and all my concealers are these. So my light concealers and my dark ones are all NK Cosmetics. It's literally like a beauty supply store one. So this is um O1, and then this one is N12. It's like called Cocoa. And I love them because the consistency on them, for them to be like beauty supply store. Oh no, I got stuff in my lashes. For them to be beauty supply store, the consistency is so thick. That's why I F with it. It's so thick. But yeah, okay, so let's get into it. We are going to start off with Kanye and Kim. Now, granted, I'm so happy that, I guess, because y'all, I don't follow any of the blog pages anymore. I have not followed them since 2021. Um, and I mean early into 2021. Like, it's been probably a good 8, 9 months that I have not been following any like blog pages. So everything I see is like, I'll happen to see stuff on Twitter, or you know how like Instagram will do the whole like suggested people for you to follow, or you might see stuff on your explore page. Everything that I see is mainly like that way, but I don't follow any of these pages. So I be out the loop, but then occasionally we'll catch parts of the loop. But with the Kanye and Kim stuff, I'm like, I'm glad they banned his page, but I was I was so appalled at seeing black women on Twitter making think pieces about the Kanye documentary. Oh, I can understand. I feel like I have a different understanding of Kanye now. I feel so bad for him. This, that, and the third. Y'all gotta watch the documentary. It's so good. Boy, big girl, fuck that documentary. Stand up. Stand up. Kanye do not fuck with y'all. And that's be my thing when it comes to black women. Like, we overextend ourselves to people that do not F with us, and then we continue to extend our support to people that do not F with us. I did not watch that documentary. I will not be watching that documentary. And Kanye can kiss my entire black asshole in the crevices, in the deepest crevices of the hole, after a watery diarrhea, honestly. Because no part of me ever, like, through the whole, like, Kanye and Kim thing, I never feel bad for Kanye. I will never feel bad for Kanye, because this is what you wanted. You've been chasing these white women's, um, caught up in their spell, and now you are reaping what you sow. And honestly, I never felt bad for Kim either, because honestly, with Kim, it's like, people, I guess, like, don't really remember the nature of, like, allegedly how Kim got Kanye is, from what I remember, it was like Kanye was dating Amber Rose, and Kim was like the side piece, and like basically stole him from Amber. So I'm like, girl, I do not feel bad for you. Karma always comes back. It may take a couple years, and I think in their case, they've been together what now, like 8 years or something, like something crazy. It might take a couple years, but sis, it's gonna come. So I feel like this is like Kim getting her karma, but also Kanye getting his karma. I feel like for both of them. So I don't feel bad for either party, honestly. And I know people be trying to like do the whole like, oh, like, even regardless of everything, like, they still like just from the standpoint of her being a mom, I still don't feel bad. I don't. I don't. I feel bad for the kids, but nothing is gonna ever make me feel bad for Kim. It's not. She literally can eat the white woman's tears. I don't care. Um, I feel like the Kardashians have profited and benefited off of marketing themselves to black people, instilling black culture, and procreating with black men is their whole entire identity. It's like their whole brand at this point. So when it backfires and the preferences get the same treatment that these black men be giving black women, I don't feel bad. Because the preferences always think they're going to get a better version of the same niggas. You going to get the same niggas. They be nigging no matter who it is. They still going to nig. Y'all be so convinced you finna get a whole different type of man because they're so infatuated with your um with the racial differences between the two of y'all, the cultural differences or whatever. And that's not how it's gonna be. So I do not feel bad for her. I don't feel bad at all. And honestly, and y'all, if y'all see me keep looking over, wrote like I did like a little note so I wouldn't forget stuff. Um, yeah, I don't feel bad for Chloe either. She be going through it. And then I especially don't feel bad because, girl, you be going through it and then you keep going back to the man and he does not respect you. Y'all, a man who, like, once they see what they can get away with as far as cheating and stuff, and once they figure out that respect is not something that you require and loyalty is not something you require, oh, it's free game at that point. It is free game. And I know because I've been there. And also as far as like, back to like kind of like how Kim even got Kanye and stuff like that. Um, oh, I don't know why maybe it's let me know if hopefully it's not as blurry now. Let me know. Um, as for like how Kim even got Kanye, it perplexes me and I say this all the time, so this is nothing new, but it really perplexes me how women will quote unquote steal. Okay, yeah, okay, that so is my Wi-Fi. Women will steal a man from someone else and think that that man is going to be super faithful to them. They're going to be, it's going to be a walk in the park. And I'm like, baby. Um, and then also, as far as black men, like black celebrity men, coming out to defend Kim or speak on like what Kanye is doing and like they were saying it was wrong or whatever. I'm like, if y'all don't all go to hell, because when it be black women, y'all be silent, y'all don't say shit. Y'all do not say shit. Now that this white woman is in distress, y'all got something to say. Now it's wrong. Now it's wrong. The whole him and Julia Fox little mini era that they had was weird and cringy as hell. And even him with his little clone that he done hired off allegedly y'all. But don't sue me, Kanye. I ain't got no money for your ass. Um, that he done allegedly hired because ain't no way you just finding these women this quick. You are going to something. You are probably allegedly hiring these women to date you for a certain amount of time to be seen in public with you so you can make your ex jealous. It's cringy. So yeah, that's really all I have to say about. So I'm trying to binge Twitter and anything else. Yeah, I'm like that's really all I have to say about that. So next, um, the stuff I've been seeing about Jocelyn's Cabaret, y'all. Oh my god. Okay, let's speak about that because I feel like I've never actually seen the Jocelyn's Cabaret show. Actually, no. Recently, I watched an episode with my roommate, but it was from like I think it was from like season 1, so it wasn't. I haven't seen any of the new season, minus the one clip that I am gonna talk about. Um, but I just feel like Oh, I can't talk about the Carl Crawford thing because I have no idea what's going on with that. I do not be following that. I don't be following it at all. Honestly, I think that subject is so boring. But that's because I'm not into like when it comes to like music industry stuff, I'm not really into it. So I haven't been following that. But no, with Jocelyn, I feel like Jocelyn comes off as very much so like um she's not healed. She's very insecure, and she's not a at all a nice person, and she takes her insecurities out on everybody else. And when I watched them like the show, or not the show, like I said, I've seen like one or two episodes, and it was like season one. Um, but from what I did see, she just strikes me as like Jocelyn is a hater, bro. Like she is really a hater. And just seeing the type of energy that she projects, I'm like, oh God. It is like it just hurts to watch. It's like you just be because like the stuff that be coming out of her mouth is like, why do you talk to people like this? Because it be so unwarranted. Like the way that she be insulting like the girls and stuff. And honestly, people in general, even on Love and Hip Hop, she was like that. Like she just be like somebody would just be minding their business. Oh, the sky is blue. And here comes Jocelyn. Oh yeah, it is blue, you raggedy snaggletooth bitch. You be like, why did you just say that to her? Like what? I'd be like, why did you just say that? Like it just be so unwarranted and it be coming so out of left field that I dead be confused. Like I'd be like, why like why did you say that? And that's the nature that I get off this show. Is just somebody on Twitter had a good tweet. I can't remember the name of the girl, but she was basically saying that she feels like Jocelyn basically essentially the basis of the tweet was Jocelyn takes out her traumas from being with Stevie on the girls. And she takes out her trauma from when she used to have pimps and whatnot, allegedly, on the girls. And I was like, that makes sense because she talks to them like she is their pimp. Like she literally just like I don't. It's just so mean for no reason. I'm like, why are you so nasty and mean to them for no reason? Like, they will literally say something nice to you, and you don't. It's like she never has anything nice to say to anybody. She's always been a mean girl, though. Um, she's always been a. Oh wait, hold on. I'm trying to read this. She's always been a mean girl slash tough cookie. I accept her for who she always showed us. Uh, who she was. She did always show us who she was, but it just didn't make it any better. It's just like you're naturally like a nasty person. Like she's a very nasty person. Her energy is very nasty, and I'm just like, what is wrong with you? Like I really be curious. Well, not let me not say curious because, like I said, you could tell it's definitely trauma from how people have done her in the past. But then it also makes me wonder as far as like, because people like that, I'm sorry to say, but people like that are not like because they're not healed emotionally, so they can't be there emotionally for other people. And I just wonder the dynamic that she'll have eventually with her daughter as somebody who is so unhealed and so nasty. I don't think it's gonna be good. Like I don't think it's gonna be good. I think the dynamic is gonna be very toxic. She's not gonna be. I don't feel like she's gonna be a safe space for that child when she has moments where she needs to be vulnerable, and because of that, I feel like honestly, I think Jocelyn and her daughter are going to have the same dynamic that that Black China and her mom have. I think it's gonna be very toxic and very unhealthy, or even like Tommy and like her daughters, like hurt women like that in a sense do not tend to raise daughters that are not also hurt. At least from what I've seen. I'm only speaking from what I've seen. They do not raise daughters that are not also hurt because they kind of take out a lot of their resentment on their female children. Their female children become like competition, they're mad, they're bitter, they're angry. And I just don't see it being any different for Jocelyn and her daughter in the future. I hope that it is, but I don't see it being any different. I don't know. What do y'all think about that? Okay, we got one bra almost snatched up. Um, I'm around during the beginning of reality TV, so I have a belief. I think she's about to finish it. They create a generational curse if they're toxic mother and daughter relationships. Yeah, they really do. It just creates generation after generation of, mean mom, and then daughter who turns into mean mom. Cause them kids be hurting. Them kids be hurting because they don't get that like soft, affectionate mom. They get that like hard, angry, bitter, fight you like a bitch in the street mom, and then that's all they know. I'm sorry, y'all. I always get quiet when it comes to this eyebrow because this is the eyebrow that be acting up. This is the one that never does right by me. Her man stay over 7. Yeah. Oh my God, I saw that where they were saying that her man got into the fight too, and I'm like, oh heck no, like that's one thing I just don't respect that. That is also why I always say I don't like I don't know where ballistic is from, but this is just a side note. I don't like New York men because they are way too comfortable fighting women like men or fighting women, period. Putting their hands on women. Um and I feel like that's really cringy, and there's just not a need for it. I mean, I could see if like yo woman is some it's 12 girls trying to jump your girl type thing. All right, yeah. I mean, it's not a fair fight at that point. Go ahead and get to swinging. But one girl and your wife just got all that mouth and can't back it up. Nah, go ahead and like if you gonna do anything, yet break it up, but don't start swinging. Your wife is the problem. And not only, I feel like Jocelyn knows who to try. Because if y'all really think about it, Jocelyn don't never try, um, she never tries people that are in the same, I think, like, strength bracket as her, or kind of like size wise, or have the same energy as her. Like, she didn't want no smoke with Don Peace, with Jessica Dunn. She didn't want no smoke with Tommy. She didn't want no smoke with, oh, I'm missing one more. It was somebody else who Jocelyn was acting real pussy about. And I'm just like, girl, you really be picking and choosing. And I don't like people like that. I don't like people who like pick and choose and don't just have the same energy across the board. And they kind of just like, it's like, oh, okay, I'll give this energy to certain people because I feel like I could win the fight. But if I don't feel like I could win the fight, then I'll kind of like, I'm a bag back and act like I have all these reasons for why it's not immature to get it popping. Nah, keep that same energy. I hate that. Okay, they're saying that she backed down from Erica Dixon. Okay, so Ballistic is from the north, yeah. Because I feel like it's northern men in general. Like, they are way too comfortable putting their hands on women. Like, way, 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 way. Entirely too comfortable fighting women. It's like a regular thing for them. Like, hate it. Erica was giving her the business on the first season, but Jocelyn didn't think Erica had hands. Um, yeah. Now that I don't remember the first season particularly. I know I watched it because I was back when like Love and Hip Hop was still popping. But I'm sure she did back down because I'm like, I don't. Jocelyn would just be honestly. I feel like Jocelyn is scary. She one of those people that's very loud in situations, but then when it's time to throw hands, she's actually scary. And what I notice is always the people that are like that try to be like real loud and real rowdy. That when you actually press them, they don't be about it. But then the motherfuckers that be silent and kind of be like chilling, and when you press them, they get even more quiet. Those are the people I be watching out for. I be like, that's the person who when they start swinging and when they finally blow up, they finna set it off in this motherfucker. It don't be the loudest person. And what I notice is like even in like real life or whatever, like y'all ever meet those people who and I saw a tweet about this too. Y'all, I love Twitter. Twitter is like my favorite app. In TikTok. But there was a Twitter and a tweet and this girl was like, y'all be thinking people scared of y'all because y'all ghetto. And I swear that's a thing. I've experienced that all my life where people think that other people are scared of them just because they're like ghetto and from the hood and they're loud and they're this or they're that. And it's like, girl, I'm from the suburbs and I was still stomp through the yard underwears. Like you are not scared of nobody. Like I swear, y'all, it's like a certain like it's always that like like the hood girl. I feel like there's a difference between hood and ghetto, but it'd be the ghetto girls from the hood, not like the hood girls from the hood. It'd be the ghetto girls from the hood that always think like somebody's gonna be scared to step to them because they are loud and ghetto. I'm like, okay, you think everybody's scared of you because of where you're from because you was getting your ass beat where you're from. Okay. It'd be that for me. Oh my god, I just got a freaking makeup on this damn comforter. Jocelyn seems unhinged. I think she thinks about her image now that she has a spotlight on her. Jocelyn was always known to get into fights. Jocelyn was always known to get into fights, but what I'm saying is she always only fought certain people. Jocelyn was known for getting into fights, but if that's the case, why does she not fight Tommy? Why does she not fight Jessica? Because those were seasons where she was still actively fighting people. So I don't know why she all of a sudden ain't want to fight them. That's my thing. It's like you known for getting into fights until you meet somebody that you feel like could actually work your shit, and then all of a sudden it's I care about my image and I'm bigger than this. Girl, you was not bigger than this just 2 weeks ago. Shut up. Because even in real life, girls be trying to do that. They be so I don't know. I never understood the whole like people that pick and choose. I feel like that is this most scary fake ish, and I don't like it. And then also as far as the show too, it irritated me. Okay, so I'm sure that y'all have all like, especially because it sounds like from the comments that y'all have actually seen the show. Yeah, you guys hit the like button. It sounds like from the comments that y'all have actually seen the show, and I haven't actually seen the new season, but I did see this clip, so I'm gonna talk about this clip, and then y'all can give me y'all thoughts because y'all have probably seen way more than me, or surely, but so there was this clip that went viral where this girl was basically like kept saying the N word, kept saying the N word. And there was this black girl, she said, hey, you're making me uncomfortable saying that or whatever. Like, I'm gonna beat your ass, you keep saying it. And the girl proceeds to keep saying it, keep saying it, keep saying it. And I have a friend who made a TikTok, and on her TikTok, or yeah, I think it was on her TikTok, she said she counted how many times the girl said it. And the girl said it 17 times. 17 times. And what be killing me, and I say this all the time up here. I say this on Twitter. I say this on Instagram. I say this on YouTube. I am so tired of non black people who think it is okay for them to say the N word because of where they grew up or who they be having sex with. And and then they're like, oh well, that's just how we talk. That's how I came up. That's how everybody talks. But then as soon as you're mad, you weaponize it, and it goes from um how black people say the N word, which is more so um I'm not gonna say necessarily endearing, but it's not like derogatory when we say it. It's more like a like just I don't know, like a term of acknowledgement. But then for them, it's like, hold on. For them, it's like, oh, that's how everybody talks. But then as soon as you're mad, you're using it as a derogatory. You're using it as something to piss somebody off. As soon as you mad, first off, it's, oh, that's how everybody talks. But then somebody says, hey, I'm not comfortable with you saying this, and then all of a sudden it's, oh, f you n word, you just an n word, and I n word this, n word that, n word this, n word that. So if you understand that you can weaponize it and say it as a derogatory term, then you recognize why it would bother someone with you saying it, and you recognize that it's actually wrong for you to be saying it, but so many people have given you a pass that you're okay with it. Honestly, I'm not shocked they didn't take her off the show because it's probably, I don't know who runs Deuce, but if it's run by black males, then, and this is, I'm sorry to say it, but it be these niggas, these men who give these non-black women a pass to say the N-word left and right and never check them. And it was just, it was giving like this is run by men who don't care. That's what it was giving. Let me see what some of you guys' comments are saying. That's the only reason I would be hesitant about dating a white man. Whew, that is my reservations too, because my thing is when it comes to dating, I'm at this point, and I've seen a lot of TikToks where they've been saying this too, where girls are like, I'm finally in my over dating black men. I'm in my interracial. Oh, thank you guys. It's my Mr. Rogers shirt from Five and Below. It says good vibes. It's got Mr. Rogers. Rest in peace. But you know, I've been seeing the girlies on TikTok saying like, oh, I'm finally in my interracial dating phase where I'm like, you know, I'm ready to date interracially. I'm tired of like, you know, how black men do us and this and the third. But it's like, honestly, it feels like you kind of can't win because, sorry, y'all, you know, you gotta focus when you do that mascara. It honestly feels like you can't win. And I'm gonna say that because it is, it feels like you can't win because on one end, if you date within your race, you have all these like self-hating, you know, men of your own race who refuse to try to see you as a person, refuse to try to understand your struggle, refuse to validate anything that you feel emotionally, um, and just they just refuse to like to be good partners to you on one end. And then on the other end, it's like, do I want to date someone who, even if they don't have racist views or if they aren't, you know, using derogatory terms, it's like then I have to worry about, is your family gonna say racist ish? Are your friends gonna say racist ish? If they do say racist ish, are you gonna check them? If you don't check them, now I have to leave you because I don't feel comfortable because you didn't check them. Then on the other end, it's like, do you understand the nature of dating someone outside your race, and are you gonna make me comfortable, or am I gonna be uncomfortable because you are saying shit that I'm not comfortable with? Like it's like this perpetual like you can't win because it's like with black men you almost gotta explain how like you have to explain yourself to black men as if you are like as if they're white men. Then you have to explain yourself to everybody who's not black because they don't understand your blackness. It's like it's too much work on both ends. It's too much work on both ends. There's so much internalized hatred when it comes to dating a lot of black men, majority of black men. Um, but then at the same time, it's like, I don't have to like, I do have to explain certain things to you, but then there's still this element of like you still, even though you are so damaged, you still understand things that this party is not going to understand because they're never experiencing living in either one of our shoes. But at the same time, you don't respect me as a woman, as a person. Um, the Panda 3031 said interracial data here. You have to be careful with you have to be careful with other ethnicities because they are trained to see us as bottom of the barrel objects with no one to protect us. Yeah, you do because I've dated interracially too. And granted, mm, I'm sorry, you guys. I'm a chronic lip biter, and it gets so bad sometimes that I will. Yeah, this is TMI. It's actually kind of gross. Sometimes I have like a big like flap that I'll like be trying to bite off, and I can't get it. It's not a nervous thing. I don't know what it is because I just am always biting my lips, the inside of my lips 24/7. I hate it. It's so annoying. But anyway, I've dated interracially too, and I honestly can't really use my interracial dating experiences to like judge how I would feel about it in my current day thinking because I also think even though I've always been very like I hate to use the word woke, but that's the best way to describe it. I've always been very aware of like colorism and the dynamics between black men and black women, and them kind of like degrading the heck out of us. Like even when I was young, I was just very like I could see it even when I was younger. But I also will say that the times that I did date interracially, because I was younger and I don't think I was as secure in myself as I am now, yes, I still held these same beliefs, but I don't think I enforced them as heavily as I do now when it comes to like dating other people. So I feel like I would have to have more current day interracial dating experiences to really like speak on it further as far as like my own experiences because my experiences are from like um before I was 25. Well, I guess my ex kind of counts because he was black and German. Well, so I don't know if that counts as being interracial because he's half black. But yeah, so my my experiences where I've dated like white guys, Hispanic guys, and stuff like that, those were all before the years of 25. Um, and I wonder if interracial dating would be as enjoyable now that I'm so much more firm in my beliefs and the things that I'm comfortable with and not comfortable with. I wonder if I would still enjoy it or if it would be more of like a this is miserable because people are not respecting my boundaries because they don't get it. I'm sorry, I'm trying to read some of these comments. My first two exes were white, and it was this is Miss Joe Bean said my first two exes were white, and it got tiring listening to their ignorance of black people, and they always seemed to be one or two people in their family that were racist. No, seriously. Aisha said the funny thing is I've dealt with more racist rhetoric around black men than non-black. I prefer biracial men with black moms, no identity issues. I would agree. I feel like I experience more, especially now I work in a club setting, but also in general, I experience more offensive shit from black men than non-black men, like on a regular basis. And it is very, it just makes you sad. It's so dehumanizing, and it's so just like I don't know. It just really makes you just kind of just like be like, damn, like y'all really hate us this much. And then on the other end too, I think like, and me and my friends talk about this sometimes too, where it's like, and I feel like a lot of people don't talk about this part because they're like, oh, like they don't want to come off as like shallow or like superficial. But if we're being honest, like when it comes to being attracted to people, there are just certain things that like are nice or that you look for, whatever. Like everybody has certain things. And I feel like the trade off is like when it comes as well to interracial dating, um, ugh, there is like a certain type of like swag that like black men be having that a lot of these men don't be having. Like when it comes to like how they dress and everything, like how they dress, how they are like um in just like certain aspects, like you know. And I'm like, oh, I don't be wanting to give that up. But then, I mean, we're talking about how they would harm the women. Every flower. Okay, so y'all know what I'm trying to get at. Like, there's a certain type of swag that you almost have to like be okay with giving up or not having when you date interracially to a degree. Because honestly, from what I've noticed, even when it comes to like the men interracially that do have that type of swag are normally the ones that only date within their race. Like, say there is like that white guy or like that Spanish guy who like has that same like I'm gonna say it for the sake of who has the same like the nigga swag, like you know what I mean, like that certain type of swag. They always be the ones that they only date the Spanish girls or they only date the white girls. I'll be like, why would you have this much swag and flavor and then not date us? How dare you? How dare you? No, I know that some of them do have that same like that swag, that demeanor or whatever, but I'm saying like it's so weird because normally when it's like that, they are like, how am I trying to say it? Y'all know those white boys that you look at and you be like, oh, they must date black girls because their whole aesthetic gives like black aesthetic. Those are never the ones that date black women. That one TikTok famous white boy, he's like in college, he played basketball or something. Um, I've seen him on my sport page a couple times before. I I don't know how old the people in the chat are, but his aesthetic gives you would think that he goes for a certain type of woman. I don't know what type of woman he dates. I don't know what type of woman he dates. Um, that is a to me personally that as a child. Um, but I'm just using it aesthetic wise as an example. It'd be the ones that have his aesthetic that you would assume they date black women because they look a certain type of way. And they only date white girls. Like I would not be surprised if he only dates white girls, even though he presents himself with the aesthetic that he has, or if he only dates racially ambiguous black girls, like mixed girls that look more kind of like that, just that don't look like. I wouldn't be surprised. I'm not saying that or whatever. That's none of my business. Because, like I said, as a child, to me, in my personal opinion, he is very young. But I'm talking about aesthetic wise. I've seen him on my TikTok before, and that's the aesthetic that be confusing me when it comes to other races because it's like a black aesthetic, but they don't date black women. But then the girls, when they have the black aesthetic, they be having the black aesthetic, and all they date is black men. Y'all get what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying that this is facts. I'm just saying I be noticing this. Like, this is just something I personally notice. Like, I'm not saying this is set in stone, this is facts or anything like that. How do we even get on this topic? How do we start talking about dating? I can't even remember. Yeah, okay. So y'all get what I'm saying. I be noticing that all the time. It's like they use like they enjoy the aesthetic, like, or at least when it's the guys, because again, I don't know what, like, well, I guess I do know what it is, but um because people don't put, you know I guess, black women on the pedestal that they put all these other races of women. other races of men, I think when they still are aesthetic, they are not stealing it to appeal to the women of our culture. Like they're not stealing it to appeal to black women. And this is just my theory. They are stealing it to appeal to black men because they want to be looked at as cool as them, or they no, let me not even say that. They're stealing it because they want to be more presentable or desirable by the women of their cultures that only like black men. That is a better description of what I'm trying to say. That is why when they steal the aesthetic, they are not stealing it to impress black women. They're not stealing it to date black women. They're stealing that aesthetic because the type of white girls that they want to date only like black guys. If that makes sense. Currently trying to date another white boy who's a friend of mine, and so far I don't see any major red flags. Hold on. Hopefully this will go well. We're taking things slow and getting to know each other. That's what Miss Joe Bean said. I'm rooting for you, girl. I hope that you guys are able to. I root for all relationship. Well, let me not say all relationships. Most relationships. I hope that works out for you. I hope that works out for you. That sounds so like nice and innocent. My sister was talking to a white boy. Bria B said my sister was talking to a white boy like that. They're both 22, and he still didn't get the simple things like why he shouldn't joke about calling the cops on her. Yeah, it'd be like the little microaggressions, and I'm like, oh, I do not want to sit here and have to explain like things like that to you. I don't even want to go through the whole like I I would just be turned off at the fact that you thought that was funny at all. And then I wouldn't even want to not only would I not want to explain it to you, it would make me not want to date you. Cuz I'm like, yo, like the fact that you found that funny means like you are very tone deaf. Yeah. Who said that? Aisha said they think it's cool. They think it's cool. Like it's literally just like everything about it is just like aesthetic. Um oh, you said we still be friends even if it doesn't work out. I love that. That's good. That sounds healthy. They mostly dated. Bribby said he mostly dated white girls before her. Yeah, like literally. Latricia, Latricia. I'm sorry, Latricia Evans said I just had a chat with a white coworker yesterday, and he has a black man aesthetic. He also was complaining about how a lot of white girls in our area turn him turn him down, and his friends go for black men. Yep, I'm telling y'all, they can't snag the Beckys that are actually proud Beckys and their whole everything in their life is like, you know, very white. Um, Even though they like those girls, that's not the audience of girls that tends to like them because they have, they don't have an aesthetic that's appealing to those girls. Them girls are looking at these men like, where's your Lacoste at? Why are you not wearing a button up with a vest on over it? What is this? You actually have this is a whole Pinterest outfit. Like you could wear this to the club. My head looks so big right now. Let me read some of your other comments. To Dina, I got my wig from Kimi, and I'm about to do a tutorial. Cause I got a new wig from him. Y'all, this wig is a year old. I've been wearing this wig for a whole entire year. solidly, and it's the only wig that I have been wearing the whole year. Like every time I take it off, I would take it off, wash it, and put it right back on. Like I have not been wearing any other wigs because I just haven't been feeling any other wigs. Um, so I just purchased another one from him, and feeling the new one compared to this one, which this one still looks great, but feeling the new one compared to this one, I'm like, damn, like such a big difference. Like, but the fact that it's gotten me through a whole year, I really, honestly, I really cannot believe it. Like, I have been wearing this wig for a whole year, y'all, and look at this. And this has been my main wig for a whole year. I did a lot of races in ethnicity, but Mexican guys are the best. That's what Kiyosha Gooch said. Kimi doesn't have a website, but he does have IG. The IG is KEEEMY underscore 21. No, no, no. It's Kimi John underscore 21. It's like, so it's KEEMY underscore John JAWN 21. That is where this wig is from. He does not have a website, but you DM him and he will give you the pricing and give you your wig. And I freaking love it. I literally just got another one and he delivers. When I dated that one, somebody said when I dated that one white boy, when his mom met me, she said, "Oh wow, your hair looks like ours." So I responded, "No, my hair looks like my ancestors." And it didn't last longer than a month because by month 2, my mouth too slit. I'm screaming. Yeah, I know. Because there's so many microaggressions, and the fact that people don't understand the microaggressions. And then honestly, the reason that I've struggled to date interracially up here in New York is simply that whole like the N-word thing. That is what makes it really hard for me to date up here. Because I do not want to date no Spanish man saying nigga. I literally cannot. I don't want to date no Spanish man saying nigga who, but then also who doesn't like black people. I'm sorry, y'all. I had curls in my hair last night. That's why my hair looks so crazy. So I'm going from curly to straight. What else is on my docket? Oh, briefly. Again, I'm not gonna say too much about this, but so the current. Oh, okay. So before I get into my next thing, so as far as the price range, I like to get 5x5 wigs. So those are the only ones I know the prices for. I don't know anything about the frontals. Um, but for the 5x5s, the pricing is really good. Like, I have gotten my 26-inch 5x5 wig from him was 375, and that was after he delivered it to me. The delivery is like $10, so it's 365 actually. Um, and then I just got a 28-inch wig from him, and the 28-inch wig is um 395 was the 28-inch. Here, I'll show you guys. Sorry, I really couldn't think. Oh no, okay, so the wig doesn't have highlights. So like I said, I've had this wig for a year. And it finally started to shed probably about 9 months in is when it started to shed a lot more heavily. I mean, I didn't say a lot more heavily, but again, 9 months of consistent use, and I'm wearing it every damn day, and the lace still is like undetectable, bro. That's pretty good. I'll take it. So when it started to shed, I added more tracks in, but the tracks were colored, so then I tried to put black dye over them. So that's why y'all are seeing like a kind of like purplish color, because I tried to dye the tracks black and they didn't really take the black dye. They just turned purple, and that was like the darkest I could get them. So the very bottom of it has purple in it. Because after a while, you know, like once your wig starts to shed more heavily, it starts to lose length because it's shedding so heavily. So like by like when I got to like my 9 month mark, again, like if I would have been wearing the wig, taking it off, wearing other wigs in between or whatever, I could have got way more than a year out of this wig. I mean, I'm saying like the wig is bad. I'm still wearing a wig, but I'm sure like I could have got it to keep its length for longer. So I added tracks in, but I'm about to show y'all my new wig, y'all. My new baby. When I say I cannot wait to take this out next month, I'm gonna do an actual video for this wig because honestly, even though it's not sponsored, I F with this hair that much. So this is my new wig. She is long. Look at that. Sis is long as hell. I literally, this thing comes like, it touches my butt. Because I'm short, I'm 5'2". Look at that. This is my new wig from Kimi. And if y'all actually go in my, I think I linked Kimi in the description box for my Miami story time, I think. No, it wasn't the Miami story time, because I wasn't wearing his wig in that story time. Maybe it was the story for my birthday where I linked it. It was, I don't know actually. Don't let me lie to y'all. I don't know which one his stuff is linked in. Yes, to Dina. Yes, that is his IG. He is bomb. Y'all, look at the lace. I know I'm getting so sidetracked, y'all, but literally I'm so in love with this hair. Like, I've gotten 4 wigs from Kimi. 2 for Kathy and 2 for me. And it's so bomb. Look at the lace. What lace? The lace isn't even cut, y'all. Isn't even cut. I haven't bleached the knots yet. People have asked me for acrylic nail tutorials, but I'm just not, I'm not into nails anymore, you guys. I'm just really not. I did mine though. I always do mine, so let me make sure I don't have makeup on my fingers before I go up close and show y'all. These are my nails right now. I did them. I always do my nails. So these are my nails. But I'm not really into tutorials. I'm good at doing my nails. I do my nails and my toes, but yeah, I'm just not into doing tutorials, man. Sorry. And then look at so when you get lace, if the lace isn't, like you see how it's like ruffled at the ends, if your lace isn't ruffled like this, then that's not HD lace. They gave you Swiss lace. If it just goes straight across and it's not jaggedy like this, that's Swiss lace. It's not HD. HD lace is gonna be, it's not gonna be straight across. It's gonna be like jaggedy. Bro, I can't, y'all. When I say I'm finna act an ass, I'll go to Miami next month and I'm finna to act a ass in Miami with this wig on. Ooh, I cannot wait. The grade of this hair is 9A. And it is 28 inches long. Love her. I'm finna be on TikTok like them little videos where the girls be swinging their hair. Let them right like this. That's gonna be me slinging my shit. I might even go get this one done professionally, honestly. It's giving Miami, okay? Because that's where I'm going with it. It's giving Miami. And that's exactly where I'm going. I'm finna cut up. My friend gets married next month in Miami. So I'm gonna go down there for her wedding. And then also a friend of mine from the club wants to go down there and dance. I'm a little hesitant, not because of my first experience in Miami, because like I said in that video, like my first experience didn't turn me off to where like I would never try Miami again. My only reservation is the time of year. I don't know how April is in Miami. And then I was talking to a girl at my job who she lives in Miami. but she comes back and forth to New York and works because she used to live up here as well. And I was talking to her, and she was like, I was asking her, and this probably was a dumb question, but you know, I didn't know if she was just up here just because she was just visiting and decided to work while she was visiting or what. But I was like, how's Miami right now? And she wasn't trying to be a smart ass. Like, this girl, she's cool. But she was like, girl, you see I'm up here. I was like, oh shit. I was like, it's like that. She was like, yeah. She was like, it's just kind of like. She was like, it'll be like that probably till like, you know, further into April. And the girl who wants to go with me, who I'm cool with in the club, she wants to go at the beginning of April. But yeah, I'm just hesitant because I just want to be very strategic with the timing of us going, because I don't want to go down there and waste time again or waste money. I do not want to go to Miami and spend another, you know, 700-800 to 1,500 and then not make any money or break even, or only go down there and make 2K, and then it's like, I could do that up here. So, and not have to take no flights. So yeah, I'm kind of like, I'm hesitant, but I'm open to it, but I'm just hesitant. I was gonna work tonight. Y'all, I'm actually gonna say F the other topics because I just don't feel like talking about the other topics. I just feel like just vibing out with y'all for a second. So I was gonna work tonight. And I just don't feel like working tonight. And I don't feel like working tonight because we are still coming out of our slow season, kind of. So don't get me wrong, the club has still been good. And I've still been making, like, my money hasn't switched up. I've still been making like just as good money as I was making before slow season. But it is harder to get it. Like, I feel like, you know, it's just not coming as easy because it's slow season. Some nights it does, but like in general, like, even if I have a good night, if I have a great night, but everybody else's night was shit, then I'll, you know, to me it's like, oh, you know, tonight was good for me, but as far as like in general, if somebody were to ask me, I would say no, that day sucked, because it's not a good night overall if only one person made it back. You know what I mean? So we are in our like semi slow season where it's like you still make a great amount of money. Um, but I just feel like, ugh, I hate having to actually like work for it to a degree. Like, I don't, well, let me not say like that. I don't mind. Like, if I'm at work, I'm at work. But I just hate when I feel like I'm having to do too much. Like it's like pulling teeth to get the bread is more so what I'm trying to say. Like, I don't like working nights like that when it's like pulling teeth. Saturdays up here in New York, to me personally, give touristy vibes. Um, and I don't particularly like Saturdays as much as I like weekdays, because the weekdays is more like the older men that come in with money. Um, they're chill, they spend a bag, they don't do the most, and um, you make more. And when the tourists come in, oftentimes they are penny pinching because they're on a budget and they're on vacation and they're not trying to spend like a whole lot. So yeah, Saturdays are not a day that I particularly like and like itching to work. And New York is one of those places where like the club will go up on a random fucking Wednesday. Honestly, Mondays to me are better than Saturdays. Um, and so because of that, I'm just never like super super pressed to work the weekend. So yeah, I don't think I'm gonna go to work tonight. That was my long way of saying I'm probably not going to work tonight. I'm only doing my like hair and makeup and stuff because I'm on live. But then I'm literally gonna just take all this off later. Ooh, my stomach. Now my stomach was growling like that, child. But yeah. Y'all are literally gonna be laughing when I tell my next I met my IG crush story. That's the one I'm gonna upload first. Because I'm like, how does this keep happening in this way? Thank you, you guys. I appreciate it. I haven't done a live in forever, so I do want to apologize that this one is more like, um, this one is like super chill, and I feel like I'm not giving the same energy that I normally come on here and give in lives. But I'm still also getting adjusted to my new place, and when it comes to like recording in New York, and I've always said this, like New York tends to have thinner walls and stuff, so it's like I don't know, it's almost like a self conscious thing because I'm like, oh, like can my roommates hear me and stuff? Like I feel weird talking to my camera on YouTube when other people can hear me. When it's just me, I don't feel like that. But if it's like other people, I'm like, probably like, who the fuck is she talking to? Thanks, y'all. Oh, y'all are so nice. Oh, speaking of dancing, y'all, make sure you follow me on TikTok because I have been putting more um dancer content on TikTok. I'm trying to get better with that. So I've been putting more content, and I think I'll probably do like little mini vlogs and stuff because that's what people have been asking for. Um, and I like TikTok vlogs over YouTube vlogs. Honestly, they're way easier to edit and get up. You can use better music because YouTube demonetizes everything if you even have like 10 seconds of a good song in there. They want to take your money. Um, so I like vlogging on TikTok more, and I'm gonna get back into it because I used to do ow, ooh, not my stomach just cramped up like that. I used to do like, oh, spend a week with me as a dancer on TikTok. And granted, TikTok is good for like they always be trying to take my stuff down, which is annoying. Um, because they are very anti-black creator from what I notice. But I'm gonna keep trying. So definitely follow me on TikTok. TikTok is like the new like YouTube University. Oh, thank y'all. All right, the wig is giving scalpiana. I can only do my edges if I'm on video. If I'm on camera or in a mirror, my edges always are so uneven. That's why I had to redo my the story time the first time. I looked at that dang I looked at them baby hairs and I was like, I cannot be on YouTube like this. Especially telling this story where I don't know if that person would see it or if they've ever seen my channel. I don't think they would, but at the same time, just in case, I'm like, I need you to see me being a bad bitch if I'm gonna be telling this story about you. Like, I need you to see me being a bad bitch. I can't tell this story and you see me looking crusty as hell. Like, especially because the person I'm gonna tell a story time about, and y'all are getting exclusive since y'all are in this live. The person I'm gonna tell a story time about is like a like social media guy. Like he, makes music and stuff, and then it's like a social media like kind of. Um, and I had been following him for like years, even before all that. I was following him for like shoot, probably like 4 or 5. I've been following him for a long time. So yeah, but he's definitely like he is a social media like heavy following, like all that other stuff. So I don't know if he and like he'd be on YouTube as well. So I don't know if he would actually see my video. The purpose is I don't want him to see the video, but I'm just saying like just in case. I need to look like a bad bitch just in case. That's what I'm saying. The best story times. Let me go back up. You're the best story times ever. That's why I subscribed 3 years ago. And you give details, and I love that because I'm nosy. I'm screaming. Yo, thank you. I've actually tried to give less details lately, just because it is no offense to anybody, but it's just I don't want like the goal of my stories is never to like create drama or make people feel a type of way, like the people actually involved in the story time. It's literally just to tell a story, entertainment purposes, whatever. So I be trying not to give so many details because I realized I give way too many details with the story for my birthday. So I was like, all my other stories since then, I've been giving a lot less details. So yeah. I'm screaming. Y'all said I get the best details. Yo, I'm screaming. It's because I'm just a talking ass bitch, I guess. I'm a talker. I think that's what it really is. Oh, thanks, y'all. I really like that y'all enjoy the stories. I appreciate it. I need to close my day. Not me with my window wide open and I'm right across the street from the police department. Not that I'd be doing anything illegal, but just still, I would assume there's probably a lot of guys in there while I'm looking at my shit. Nah, if y'all would have seen that freaking thing, I was looking. You do a video and then you're looking back and your camera playing it back like before you even get to the editing because now I edit everything on my iPad. When you're looking at it in the viewfinder, it be looking fine, and then when you get it on the iPad and it's big and I can see it on the screen, like y'all are gonna be able to see it, and it's like enhanced. I'd be like, damn, like I'm like, girl, you can't post that. Not looking like that. I was like, what the hell? Somebody had asked how's Remy. Remy had a stroke, and she's good now. I don't want y'all to don't freak out. Remy is still with us. She's actually in the bathroom sleeping right now. She has been back to her regular self. But Remy had a stroke on Monday, and it was super scary, and I cried for hours. And I was freaking out because literally what happened was like her she was like, I was petting her, and then because it literally happened right when I got home. I was petting her, and then all of a sudden, like she started meowing, but it was like a weird meow because like Remy is my child. I know what all her meows sound like. I know what the different ones mean. She has different meows for different things. Um, and so it was one that I haven't heard before. So she starts meowing back to back to back to back, and like she looks real confused. Like she's looking around real confused, and she arched her back like real high, and then her back legs like give out, and it's like she's trying to walk, but she's like stumbling and falling over and stuff. And she just looks so confused the whole time. And like her back is just arched. Like it literally looks like a U. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, is my cat having a seizure? Like, what is going on? I'm on Google left and right because mind y'all, it's like it's 5 a.m. I'm just getting off work. So the vets are not open. And I'm like, I've never had an emergency with Remy. So I don't know what you do when you have an emergency with your animal because we've never had one. And even growing up with cats, our cats never had one. So like I was like, yo, what the fuck? So I'm on Google, I'm Googling, and I'm looking up like the symptoms and stuff. And she definitely had a stroke. She had every symptom on that cat stroke list except for three. And I was like, damn. I was like, my girl really just had a stroke. And then I was so confused because she had it, and she went back to acting like normal. So yeah, Remy's been doing good now. But I'm nervous because you know what, y'all, like if I'm being honest, Remy's old. I actually said this in one of the videos I recorded. I gave a Remy update in that video too. Remy's old. And I know that if I could have it my way, Remy would be around for forever. But the universe be universing, and I know that like eventually Remy is gonna have to transition. Um, Hopefully I get another, like well 3 to 5 years out of Remy. But if I'm being honest, Remy's already very old. And she doesn't move like she's old, but I can tell that she's getting like, Remy's getting older. She's losing weight. Um, she's been a lot more like just kind of like not lethargic, but she's just been like chilling more. Like I don't know. So yeah, I hope that Ring is around for as long as humanly possible, but I'm also kind of like, let me not say preparing for the end because that sounds like I'm being like pessimistic, but I'm just trying to be realistic and just not get into this mindset that she's gonna be around for forever. Because that's the mindset I've been living in. I've been living in chronic delusion until she had her stroke. I just knew in my heart of hearts that Remy would be around for forever. Because Remy passing does not exist for me. So I'm just like, but now I'm just like, okay, like maybe I need to think about what happens next. But hopefully that won't be for another couple years. But yeah, no, she been doing good since she had her stroke, y'all. Like she been doing real good. Yes, y'all send Remy prayers. That's my buddy. I'm gonna cry all over again, y'all. Oh my god, that's my beach. Um, so I didn't end up taking her to the vet. Only because again, like I was looking up, like I know this is probably not a good reason. I'm sorry, you guys. If y'all think I'm a horrible cat mom, I get it. But I was researching and like y'all, when I say I was researching for hours because I was so freaked out, I like stayed up with her, everything like that. But from what I was seeing when I was researching, a lot of the forums were saying that cat and dog strokes are not as bad as human strokes. Um, and they're not like as detrimental as when humans have strokes. And they were kind of saying like the animal just kind of forgets after and they go back to normal. And I was like, oh, okay. Um, and they were like, unless you see like, unless they have lingering like lingering issues from the stroke, then it was like take them in, but because it was saying like some of them when they have strokes like their back legs give out completely and they don't regain function in their back legs. But really been good. Like she just been walking around doing her thing. So I'm like, all right, yeah. I mean, shit. If you Gucci, all right, yeah, all right then. And plus, I feel like the vet, like when you go to the vet a lot of time, I think people put down their. I'm sorry, guys, this is such a tangent, but we just vibing. I think people put down their animals too quick a lot of the time because they go to the vet for something small, and the vet is automatically like, "Oh, put them down. They have 2 days to live. Euthanize them." And I just see a lot of cases where I feel like if people just would have taken their pets back home, I feel like their pets would have been fine. So, yeah, Remy been good. Remy has been fine. She been good. Let me read some of these comments. Somebody says, I'm glad she's better. I love cats, but I'm allergic, so I love them from distance. My miniature poodle had a stroke and she lost her sight. She passed, and when we got her cremated, I cried like a baby because my mom gave her to me, and my mom is back. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, that's so sad. I'm so sorry. Give you a hug through the phone. That's, oh my gosh, I hate stuff like that. I think some people put their pets down because some people have to pay a lot of money for their pet surgeries. I think that's the other thing too. And if I'm being completely honest, and again, this might sound cruel, but I'm more of a quality of life over quantity of life. And if I feel like the quality of life is not going to be worth it, like if I feel like you are not going to have a good quality of life, then I feel like let the universe does what it does and take you out. Like me personally, like if I wasn't going to have a good quality of life, like say I had, God forbid, something happened to me and I was like a vegetable, I would not want to be kept alive like that. I'd want somebody to take me out. I don't want to live like that. That's not living. That's there. You have no quality of life at that point. And I feel like with Remy, um, where was I going with that? I'm sorry, you guys. I'm all over the place. I feel like with Remy, I don't feel like because this is gonna sound so harsh, but it's just honest. Okay. I feel like with Remy because she is such an older cat. um, if they were like, oh, you know, we can keep her alive for this amount of time, but it's gonna be $4,000. I feel like Remy has lived a very long, loving, awesome life. And I wouldn't see the point necessarily in trying to drop that kind of money to just to be like, oh, okay, well, you have like 2 more months. You know what I mean? Like, it's like at that point, it's like, okay, like I understand it's probably time for me to let go now. You know, like if it were me and I was 102, I would not want my grandkids trying to keep me alive for 6 more months. I'd be like, all right, look, don't spend the 50 bands or 100 bands, whatever it's gonna take to give me surgery. Let me just ease out. I'm 102. You know? So even though the selfish side of me would love to just keep Remy here, um, again, it's quality over quantity. So Remy is Remy was 15 when I got her, and that was in 2016. So Remy is 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Remy is 22 years old, bro. Which in human years is what? Like, what's 22 times 7? Oh, not me looking for my phone, and my phone is here. Whatever 22 times 7 is, Remy is the older cat, okay? Like, she is in human years, like, she is old and she has lived a very long life. And I don't believe in, like, if the universe is ready to call Remy home, God forbid, I'm not trying to like wish it into the atmosphere as I'm saying this. I'm just saying, like, realistically, if the universe was ready to call Remy home, I wouldn't fight it. I wouldn't be happy about it, but I wouldn't fight it. 9 years is one of our years in human years. Ooh, dang! I thought they was only 7 times older than us. I didn't think it was 9 times older. Ain't no way Remy 154. Okay, maybe they was wrong about her age because ain't no way this girl 154. Mm-mm. Ain't no way. But they did tell me, it says on her papers and everything. I got her in 2016. And her papers said that she was 15 years old when I got her. So yeah, ain't no way she 154 though. Maybe they were wrong. Ain't no way. Maybe she was like 10 when I got her then, and they just thought that she was 15. Cause there's no way she's that old. So we're gonna say, for the sake of this, I promise y'all though, on her papers they told me that she was 15. Um, maybe Remy was 10. I know she was a senior cat though, so maybe she was 10. Cause what would that make her? So I can't do math in my head, y'all. I have to see it. But yeah, ain't no way she was 15, bro. Cause I'm just like, ain't no way this cat is 22. I don't think I've ever heard of no cat living to be 22. Or maybe, I don't know. She old head though. Whatever she is old as hell. Love her though. But she old. But yes, that's my Remy updates. I feel like I have one more thing I was supposed to tell y'all. Oh, somebody asked why I moved. So my rent was not my rent. My lease was up at my last apartment in February. I did a year-long lease at my last apartment, and yeah, it was up. I wanted more space, and they were gonna raise the rent, and I just didn't feel like for the size of my room it was worth that. And now, for the first time ever in New York, I have a regular sized room. I have my own bathroom in this room. I have a regular sized room. Now, granted, do I feel like I still pay entirely too much for a room? Yes. But size wise, for New York City, I have a large room now. Like, I have so much space and I love it. Like, y'all are only seeing one side of my room. There's a whole nother side of my room. And then there's also a bathroom on the other side of this camera. So, I pay 1100 for this room, but this is the most space I've ever had in New York. And I'm so lucky because 1100 in New York is a steal for a room this size. And I found it on a whim, like it was literally the universe. Because most of the time, 1100 still will not get you a large room. 1100 in New York will normally get you a medium sized room. Normally, a room the size of the one that I have right now would be probably anywhere from like 1500. Um, it would be anywhere from like 1350 to like probably like 1550 for the room, for the size of the room that I have right now. So I gotta steal. Austin, love from Texas. Yo, I'm still planning to move to Texas because even though I don't like Texas politics, I hate their politics. God awful. But I do miss having space and I miss driving. I have two roommates. So yeah, it's not horrible. I have two roommates. They're mad cool. Um, and we actually have like a living room and everything. I'm still in Brooklyn, y'all. I'm a Brooklyn girl. But I'm in Flatbush now. No, you don't hear Remy right now. Remy's in the bathroom, and again, my room is like bigger now, so you're not gonna be able to hear Remy from where she's sitting anymore. She loves laying in the bathroom. Yeah, New Jersey is lit as far as the pricing, but also you need a car in New Jersey, so 1400 for a place is not bad at all. But I'm just like New Jersey is just. I spend so much of my time in the city that to me New Jersey is not feasible for me. Um, and I love being able to say I live in New York City. I love everything about living like in New York. But I'm also a transplant, so I feel like if I were a New Yorker, a native New Yorker, then I would probably be like in my age phase of life where I'd be like, all right, I'm ready to go to Jersey with it. But because I am a transplant and I came up here like wanting to live in New York City, um, it's like more bearable because I knew that's what I wanted. She's it says she's 104 in human years. Okay, now 104 is more believable. 104 is more believable. Because Remy pretty old. But yeah, I have so much more space now, you guys. My apartment is so cute. Actually, when I do my excuse me, when I do my room tour, I'll do an apartment tour too, and just show you guys the whole thing. Because I haven't decorated yet. I've been here 3 weeks. I have one more box to unload, but I need to get some more organizers for the things that are in that box. And then I'm going to this wall. I'm gonna make black, and then I think this wall I'm gonna make like I'm gonna put white and black dots on this wall. Um, like do like some accent walls and get some decorations going in here because I haven't decorated yet. Yeah, I definitely. I want to do a room tour. I feel like I haven't done one of those in forever. I did one when I first moved back to New York. Actually, oh my God, no, I didn't. I decorated that room so cute, and I never did a room tour, and I never uploaded the videos. Oh, I hate me. Oh my God. Yeah, I have to do that room. I decorated that room so cute. And this one's gonna be even cuter. So, she said I love being from New York, but I'm glad I don't live there anymore because the price is absolutely not. Definitely want to go down south. Yeah, I'm ready to go down south, and it's not because I love everything, most everything. I mean, most everything about living in New York. But I am ready for the down south pricing. I am very tired of yeah, you guys will get a room tour. I'm very tired of the pricing of New York. $1,500 for a room and still having like 1 to 2 roommates is so crazy to me. And to not even be like in a luxury type of like apartment, like down south, that's a luxury apartment. By yourself. So, yeah. But yeah, I like this area. Now, granted, when I was in Bushwick, I had a lot more options as far as like food on a late night. My options now, if I want food after work, are very, very limited. But you win some, you lose some. So I knew that there were going to be some pros and some cons. And then the only other thing that I And like, I don't like being more than like 40 minutes to the city, and even 40 is pushing it. I'd be trying to be like 30, 35 minutes from the city. And when I was in Bushwick, it took me about 36 minutes to get to work. Now it takes 50. So almost an hour. And I'm just like, oh. So it's super annoying. But hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. But you guys, I'm going to wrap this up because I am super hungry. And I'm going to eat and I'm going to edit the story time so that I can get that up for you guys by tomorrow, hopefully. If not tomorrow, then I'll upload it. Oh, oh my God, before I end this, actually, oh, you asked the right question. Okay, somebody asked me how was Houston. Before I get off of here, let me give y'all the tea on how our trip to Houston went. Ooh, baby. Let me tell y'all. Oh my God, this is gonna be the last thing, and then I'm gonna be done. Then I'm gonna be done. Houston, where do I even want to begin? Okay. Who said they pay 680 for rent? Hold on, where the hell you live at? 680. Damn, you was living a life, bitch. Okay, shit. I'm trying to see what that be like. Um, but okay, so Houston. I why is my like y'all ever do that? You be looking at something, you be like, "Ugh, I need my chin to be square. I'm screaming. Like just disappear. I'm so distracted. But okay, so Houston, me and Kathy went out to we went out to Houston to dance. That was the mission of the trip. It was not like a going down to turn up trip. It was not a get lit trip. It was literally a we are down here to get this money trip. I do want to do another trip to Houston just on like a like vibe out, see the city, do some activities, stuff like that. But this particular trip, the last trip I went on was a get money trip. We had had our eyes on a particular like set of clubs, and we wanted to go down there and try them out. So let me tell you, I made money down there, but it wasn't worth going all the way to Houston for what I made. And I have to. There's just so much I have to say about dancing in Houston. And I want to say it without burning bridges, because again, I do want to move down there. But at the same time, I'm like, are these really the type of clubs I want to work at anyway? You know what I mean? Um, and there's a girl on TikTok I've been seeing who has been literally exposing like dancing at clubs in Houston or whatever. And I high key want to do the same because I'm like, oh my God, I just have so much tea from just that 1 week. But I don't want to like. Houston is like a very like everybody is like it just gives me everybody knows everybody vibes, like everybody be hella plugged in amongst each other. And I would hate for like to make a video, it goes viral, and then I move down there and nobody's trying to fuck with me because of that of because of said video or whatever, and then it's hard to get hired anywhere. That is more so my thing. And so yeah, but I'll say it here. This is live or whatever. I'll say it here. Um, Houston was like Miami in the sense to where, not money wise, because I made more in Houston than I made in Miami, but um, or honest, well, I think I probably made the same amount, but in Miami I was breaking even so much that it didn't seem like it. But Houston gives the same vibes as like when you go down and dance in Miami, they like to fuck with the girls that they know. They're very loyal to their girls that live in Miami, that be in Miami. It's like a very like you have to know people so that they'll come out and fuck with you at the club. And you have to know like the promoters and stuff or whatever so that you can get put into good sections, like stuff like that. Houston is the same. Houston is very loyal to the girls that they know, that be there all the time, that live in Houston. that know the promoters, that fuck with the, niggas outside of work and all that stuff. Like Houston is a very like you have to be plugged in to make money because if they don't know you, they won't fuck with it. No matter if you big booty, small booty, banging in the face, they just don't care. They want you to thank you. I moved, but I'm talking about Houston, but I'm still in Brooklyn. I'm talking about a trip I had though. But yeah, Houston is very much so you have to know people. Um, the girls, and I always say this, and I stand by this. People think women in New York are harsh or mean or whatever. I personally feel like women down south are way meaner than girls up north. Way meaner. They be trying to bully. They be wanting to fight. They be like, Miracle Watts is fine as fuck. Houston bred. No, Houston women, they fine as fuck. They are fine. Okay, they are fine. They look good. Okay, with the T on the end, they look good. Um, but I do stand by saying like I feel like women down south are a lot more mean, a lot more catty, a lot more territorial. And so when you dance up here, and I always say this in all my videos, New York is not a place where you can get it popping. You cannot fight up here at all. They would kick you out of the club. And New York already does not have like it has a lot of strip clubs, but it doesn't have a lot of strip clubs, if that makes sense. Because unless you are Spanish, then the clubs up here are limited for you. So, um, going down there, like the girls were giving, like they were giving bully, like Miami. They were giving stank. They were giving aggressive and mean. And just like doing the most, like loud, stank, aggressive, mean, bully. That's what it was giving in the club. Um, Granted, I ain't stopped shit over here, but it's still, even if it doesn't stop your bag, it's still just annoying having to deal with. It's never an issue of like necessarily like it's stopping your bag, but it's the annoyance of like I don't like this energy. I don't want to deal with this, and this is why I don't like working in urban clubs anymore because that be the energy. Everybody be stank as fuck, and the BBO bitches love to bully in urban clubs. They think that everybody is supposed to just bow down to them because they got a BBO, and that's not me. That's not me shading BBOs because baby, I'm not against surgery. Okay, I am not against surgery at all. I like that shit as long as it looks good. Um, but it's almost like there's a personality attached to getting a BBL sometimes. And that's what it gives down in Houston is like that BBL personality. Like, I'm a big body bitch. You shouldn't be in this section. It should only be bitches with fat asses. Why the fuck are you here? I'm being stank. You're new. I don't want you in here. What the fuck? That's what it be giving. That's what it be given. Or it be giving, I'm gonna bully you out of this section. I'm gonna bully you to make sure that you don't get picked again in this section. I'm gonna stand in your personal space. I'm gonna try you. It gives that. And don't nobody want to deal with that. Don't nobody want to deal with that. Don't nobody want to deal with that. So, I when I went down there, I ended up so we were supposed to dance at now. I don't know if y'all have seen on for those of y'all who do be on TikTok. There's a club called Perfect 10 that be going viral because the floor be covered in money. They have no tip outs, no fees, and whoop de woo. Now, that particular club to me, honestly, lately, I don't follow them or anything anymore. But they, like, when I would see stuff, when I first found out about them back in like November, December, they gave me very diverse vibes. I would see dark skinned girls, light skinned girls, I would see a little bit of everything. I would see small girls, bigger girls, everything. And that's what made me want to try them when we went down to. That's what made me and Kathy want to try when we went down to Houston. By the time we went down, so from like December to February, by the time we got down there, it was giving all Spanish girls. It was giving you're probably not getting hired there unless you're light skinned or you're a Spanish girl. That's what Perfect 10 be giving now. Um, and so when um, we went and like we showed up and we were like talking to the guy who's in charge of everything. I'm not gonna say his name, but we We went, we talked to the guy or whatever, and he was like, yeah, y'all are good to go on the list for tomorrow. So we got into Houston on a Tuesday, y'all. We literally only flew into Houston on a Tuesday because Perfect 10 at the time said they only did auditions on Tuesday. Okay? So we go in, we fly in on a Tuesday, and we get settled in and we go and we talk to him that night. He's like, okay, I'm gonna get y'all on the list for tomorrow, because we were like, hey, like we're from out of town, like we been messaging, because y'all, we started messaging them in December. We didn't come till February, so we were messaging them for 2 months, trying to be like, hey, how do we get on the list to audition? I see that y'all have a list. How do we get on the list? We're coming from out of town, so we can't do no last minute shit because we're coming from out of town. I'm coming all the way from New York to Houston. Kathy coming from North Carolina to Houston. You can't tell us the week before that there's room or whatever and expect us to be ready to up and go. So, that's basically what we're saying. So he's like, okay, like, so he was like, hang out with us tonight, whatever. Like, y'all are good for tomorrow, as in that Wednesday. We'll take you over to, like, there's this place called Pharma. Pharma was popping. I had a lot of fun there. But we went over to this place called Pharma. We drank with, the girls I was working that night or whatever. We drank with the girls, got bottles with them, everything, whatever. We had fun, turned up, danced. We promoting them on, social media. It's like, oh, we're gonna be in the building tomorrow, like woo woo. Party with them the whole night Tuesday. Why Wednesday? The guy texted me and he's like, after we done put our name on the list to dance Wednesday and everything. He done told us to come in, y'all good, y'all can work tomorrow. Wednesday during the day, like 4, he gonna text me and be like, I'm gonna let you know when we're hiring again. And I don't, that sounds real vague. So I'm like, I don't know what that means. Does that mean like don't come in tonight? Does that mean like, because he had told us the night before, he said, we are not, we're not actively hiring right now. Well, what did he say? He didn't say like they weren't hiring. He said fill out an application is what he said. So that's what he had told us the night before. So when we come in, Wednesday, not Wednesday. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm doing a horrible job of telling this story. Okay, so when he texts me, um, my response, because I'm like, does that mean don't come in or what? Or does that mean you can come in tonight? Y'all still good for tonight, but after tonight, y'all not gonna be able to work the rest of the weekend, which we were fine with because we assumed that we wouldn't be able to work the rest of the weekend because they have like a rotation, everything like that. Cool. So I text him back and I was like, okay, bet, awesome, see you guys tonight. No response. So, when he didn't respond, I'm like, okay, well, he did say don't come, and I said see y'all tonight. So I'm assuming that like we're still working tonight. So we come in because the night before he said, make sure y'all get here at 11. We'll do. We come in on Wednesday night, and he's like, oh, you ain't get my text, and I'm like, I got your text, but you didn't say don't come. And he was like, oh yeah, and y'all, he fed us this bullshit ass story, which we know was a fucking lie because, bro, just say I hate when people try to lie, bro. I hate when people try to lie and think you stupid. He gonna tell us, oh yeah, two of the new girls last night got in a fight, and so because of that, we're not hiring new girls for a while. Like we're not letting no new girls work for the next month. That's not what the fuck happened. You probably had girls that already worked with you before and they felt some type of way that you put two random new girls on the list. They said something, they piped up, and you had to rectify the situation by taking us off the list to work so you could let your main girls work. That's what the fuck happened. Don't tell me about no raggedy ass bullshit imaginary ass fight. There is no tip outs in here and no fees. What the fuck are bitches fighting over? What the fuck are bitches fighting over? They are not fighting. The girls is not fighting. So, and plus, if they were fighting, you would have put that Wednesday. You would have said on your IG, "Oh, we're not hiring right now. Y'all don't know how to act," because he's very active on social media. You would have been on IG. Y'all don't know how to act, so for now, we're not hiring because one messed it up for all of them or whatever we do. You would have had something on IG about that. You would have had something about, oh, okay, we're about to be real exclusive. We're about to be real selective. You would have put something up there. You didn't put shit. Don't feed me no raggedy ass bullshit. I was not born to fuck yesterday. It be people, yo, I cannot stand when people try to test my intelligence, bro. That is my number one thing. Keep it playing. Keep it 100. Oh, I can't stand when people try to test my goddamn intelligence. So we're like, what the fuck is mind you at this time? It's like 11 at night. And so yeah, just say that. Just say you didn't want us because we're not Spanish. We from out of town. We both small. And they be having small girls in there, but again, they be small Spanish girls or real light skin, like mixed looking girls. And Kathy's light skinned, but she doesn't look mixed. And I'm, sometimes depending on the setting, can look mixed, but I'm not light skinned. So don't let this ring light fool y'all. So I'm like, okay. So he tells us that, that he feeds us the bullshit, and we're like, I'm a Sagittarius. He's like, we're like, so what are we supposed to do? Like, it's 11. If we would have known that we weren't working tonight, we would have started our night way earlier, so we could have went to other clubs way earlier and not had to pay no high ass house fees because we would have got there early enough not to pay no high ass fucking fee. We only waited until 11 because you said come at 11. Boy, go to hell. So he's like, oh, well, you can try Club Dreams. I think the tip out's like 75 right now, whatever. Which 75 not bad, because Houston tip outs, y'all. I'm gonna get to all of that, but Houston tip outs be high as the days long, bitch. They be high as the sky. Houston tip outs are high as shit, and that's another thing. I'm not paying $150 to work on nobody motherfucking Monday, on no Tuesday, on no. Houston tip outs be high as a bitch. They be Miami high. Um, So, he's like, oh, y'all can work at Dream, y'all can work at this club. He's basically like giving us other clubs and basically like it just dubs us. After we spent a whole night fucking with y'all, partying with y'all, everything, like I can't stand no fake ass shit like that. Like that's just so fucking I don't like that. Like that was just hella lame on his part. That was hella lame. But of course, there's no repercussions for him. He has money. Girls fuck with him. They gonna always be up his ass because he gets them money. He runs the club, so it's like at the end of the day, we're the small guys. They can step on us, and it's this, they can step on us, and it's nothing. So, this club was P10, Perfect 10 in Houston. So that happens. So then we go to it's a club called Pink in Houston. And they used to be called Bunnies, but now they're called Pink, and they move like down the street. So we go to Pink, and Pink was dead as fuck. Now everybody was like, Pink is more of like a weekend club, like the weekdays be dead, which is Houston, so I understand because Houston is not like a New York. New York people party all throughout the week, all throughout the. Okay, let me say like I get in Houston, people party all throughout the week too. So that's not what I'm saying. But it's not on like a New York level or like a Miami level. We partying all week long. It's not like that. Honestly, it's not even like Atlanta. Atlanta, they party all week long. Does not matter what day. Houston is lit. They party all week long too, but it's different. So Bunnies was not lit. Not Bunnies, but the Pink was not lit. Um, They were chill though. They were cool. And I like the fact that in Houston, I've never seen this before. Where in Houston, like you can show up, put your stuff in a locker, um, like you sign in, you pay your tip out, and then you can go promote and party at other clubs and pass out cards for whatever club. And then you can just come back later in the night and actually dance. I ain't never experienced that. I'm like, oh, that's cool. Like you don't have to like say you show up at 10, you don't have to show up at 10 and be stuck at the club. You could show up at 10 and then go party and drink at like, at a hookah lounge or like a bar or club. You can go have a whole turn up and then come back to the club at like 12:30. Cause don't nothing also like the clubs in Houston stay open until, is it 6 or maybe it's 4 or 5? No, it's not 6. I think they stay open till 5. They stay open late. So the clubs don't be popping off until like 2. And that's how New York is too. The clubs here don't be getting lit till like 1:30, 2 o'clock. The strip clubs. Even Miami, they stay up until 6. So the party don't pop off until like 1:30, 2 o'clock. So Houston's the same way. So we worked at Pink. Pink was lame. Not saying I wouldn't do Pink again because it's not always lame. It's just that night was lame. Did that, whatever, we do. And then the next day we did this club called G5. Y'all, I'm a big advocate of not fucking with G5 in any city because G5 is ratchet no matter what city you go to. G5 is always ratchet, stank, busted, high, high to semi high tip outs, and just it's just raggedy no matter what city. G5 in Miami, raggedy. G5 in Atlanta, raggedy. Oh, I think Atlanta had a G5, raggedy. G5 in Houston, raggedy. So we go to G5. This group of promoters comes in. There's a big promotion group in Houston. Um, I'm not gonna say the name of them because again, I'm not trying to get out there and be. I'm one of the y'all. I'm one of the small guys. I don't want to get out there, and then it's hard for me to make money because people are feeling some type of way about some shit that was said. But there's this group of guys who I guess they own like a record label or something, or like, but they're like a big party group or whatever out there, something like that. Anyway, they got mad fucking stupid fucking money long as shit, money long as fuck. Okay, and so when we went to G5, they were coming in that night, and this girl, she's talking to me. She's like, "Oh, you need to go into G5." Well, no, she's like, "When they come in, you need to fuck with them." Um, Good night, Panini. She's like, when you come in, you need to fuck with them. They have a lot of money, whatever, and they never spend less than 10K. And she was not capping. They do not spend less than 10K. Everywhere they go, they spend at least 10 bands. Um, but the part that was left out, I don't know who Jay Prince is. I have no idea who that is. I don't know if that's like an old head or what. This sounds familiar, but I don't know who that is. Um, and so basically, um, they come in, but what she did not mention is no, Houston has a lot of rich people and a lot of rich black people at that. She not mentioned they only fuck with girls that they know. They already know what girls they want to be in that section. They have girls they fuck with, and they have like Houston is one of those places where they have like popular strippers, and the popular strippers are the ones that make all the money. Um, no, actually, I'm not gonna save this live, so I'll just go ahead and say it. The group is called UBK, and they be throwing hella bread. They throw a lot of money, whatever. They be going up. And so, but Houston again, Houston's one of those places they be having the popular strippers. Like the popular strippers make all the money. The popular strippers are like the girls that like stripping is they whole thing. You see them, you know that girl is like, oh, like that girl that dance, like type thing. And I don't aspire to be that. I don't want you to look at me and be like, oh, that girl that dance, because this is temporary, and I just that's not what I'm going for. But Houston has like popular strippers, okay. And so with the UBK, when they came in, it was like, of course, the popular girls get in that section, the girls they know get in the section, things like that. So essentially, what we ended up doing at G5, I'm not gonna cap, was we ended up at G5 watching the popular bitches make all the bread. Honestly, everybody was though. It wasn't one of those where like everybody was making money and it just happened to be one of those. It was like G5 was dead as fuck, and the section that came in that does the 10K was the only lit section. The entire rest of the club was empty. The rest of the club was empty as fuck. So all the girls that didn't get into that section were just basically like everybody's just watching the show essentially. And I hate stuff like that. It's embarrassing. It's like, ugh, it's just so cringy. Um, and that's what we ended up doing. And so, That was G5. G5 was just, and then the girls were just so stank, bro. Like, oh, their whole energy just gives like you're pretty and I want to fight you vibes. Like that is the energy. It just be so fucking stink for no reason. You can't smile at bitches. You can't ask bitches no questions. You can't motherfucking. You just can't do shit. You can't do nothing. They just be on a fucking just. They make everything so fucking uptight and miserable and just tense. I hate that type of attitude. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate working in clubs where bitches have that type of attitude, bro. Because whether you make money or not, it's just oh god, I hate it. Um. So yeah. So that was I think that was Thursday. So Thursday was not good. So then why not just cash app your fave the money instead of coming to the club? Just do it. Um. I get people wanting to do the whole show and shit. It is fun, you know. I get why people want to come to the club and they want to drink and experience the vibe and everything like that. You know what I mean? So I'm not knocking it. It's just annoying when you're not aspiring to be like that famous stripper bitch. But you have to compete with girls who are. Um, so that was that day, and then the day after that we went to this club. I think we went. Did we repeat any of them? Oh, okay. So then after that, okay. So Friday comes around. I think we left Sunday, so Friday was the last. Yeah, Friday and Saturday were the last 2 days. So Friday comes around, y'all. Friday we get invited to, or was it Saturday? Friday. No, this was Friday. Friday we get invited to this we get invited to a very famous. Y'all, please do not put this in the fucking comments. It's nothing, you know, messy or anything like that. But I just don't like people names on in the comments on my channel or anything like that. Don't want no names on my channel. So please respect it. We get invited to a very famous basketball player's restaurant. The restaurant was super nice. It was super nice. Like one part of the restaurant a like is like a dining area. One part is a hookah lounge, and then if you go to the bottom, it has a club in the bottom. Like it's a whole club in the bottom. The club nice too, and it's like just the layout, everything immaculate, like immaculate. So we get invited there. We go there, we're vibing out, and we get invited by one of the guys who does. There's a club called Area 29, and I don't know what, like if I feel like he runs that club. That's what it's giving, like he runs the club. We get invited by him because he is close with the basketball player, and then like all of that stuff. And so okay, so yeah, so y'all know what I'm talking about. That place is cute as fuck, really cute. um yeah, I think I'll probably maybe do a pre-recorded story on dancing in Houston, but y'all are getting like the special, like y'all getting like the one with the details, because I'm not gonna put all these details when I do the pre-recorded. We go into there or whatever. We're vibing out with them, everything. We're having drinks. We're getting lit. But it's like classy lit. Like everybody in there is just hella classy. And I'm just like, oh wow, okay. Like, but because of the nature of who this person was, you always have the girls who like. I always say this. Why I don't like going to like anything that involves like celebrities. Um, or let me not say I don't like going, because there's still an element of fun when you go to those things. But one of the things that I don't like the most is because girls are trying to get chose on, they be doing the most, they act really funny, they act super stank, and they're because they're trying to get seen, they're trying to like stand in front of you or like do little weird stuff. And I'm those people, I'm like, I don't give a fuck they see me or not. I got a drink in my hand, I got tequila, I'm happy to go. I'm happy. I'm in my happy place. And if I have food, I'm even happier, so I could care less. But it's very classy. So we're out there, and we're enjoying the vibes. So the little groupie bitches are doing the most. And one of his people took a liking to Kathy, so he's like bringing us over shots and stuff. And then the guy from Area 29 is also like, the guy from Area 29 was talking to me. So he's like, buying me shots or whatever, buying me drinks, and we're just talking, vibing out, whatever. So he's like, y'all need to come work at our club tonight. And I'm like, oh, okay, like that's dope. Yeah, shit. And he's like, yeah, okay, so bet y'all gonna party with us and then you'll come with us to the club. And I'm like, okay. He's like, y'all tip out, it's free all weekend. Y'all good. And I'm like, okay, bet. Because I had looked and they were one of the people I was following them on IG too. Because I do my research before I step out to go on these, like, dancing trips. Um, I had been following them for months as well. And so when he said that, I'm like, okay, bet. Because originally me and Kathy had taken them off of our list of places that we wanted to try because it was giving BBL club, and we try not to go to clubs where there's only BBL girls. We be trying to go to clubs where like there's some diversity, because there's nothing more um annoying than having to fight for your life as a small girl in a club with BBL bitches all night. Again, face cards do not decline, so we be making our bread, but it's still just, if you don't have to do it, why do it? Okay, like it's just not something that you willingly want to get into. Um, and so I don't. Um, and so he's like, y'all tip out free all weekend, whatever we do. So when he said that, I was like, okay, well, I guess they're back added to the list. We're gonna do it. We'll give them a try. So we go out there, we party at the first spot, whatever, and then we go down to the club is called Basement. So then we go down to Basement. We party there. We're in the section with the guy and some other influencers, stuff like that, whatever. Um, and so that was really really fun. It was a great vibe. Everybody was cool, whatever. We were drinking, but Kathy and the guy that she hit it off with, they were taking like shot ward, like back to back to back, like shot for shot, like. And I'm like, girl, I'm like, okay, like, girl, we gotta work tonight. You gonna be good? You gonna be good? We gotta work tonight. We gotta work tonight. Kathy's like, no, I'm straight. She busting back. So I'm like, oh shit. But we vibing. So it gets time for us to leave. When it was time for us to leave, I could tell Kathy was fucked up. So I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, my girl's fucked up. So um I need to do a video with Kathy. Honestly, the plan was to vlog Houston, and then Houston just didn't go as planned, so we didn't end up vlogging. But yeah, I need to do videos with Kathy. So basically, audition at Houston, they wouldn't even let me in the club without a male escort. Ooh, I have not experienced that. Um, with time for, I'm sorry, y'all, huh? Oh, I'm so determined to get this little piece of lip. When it's time for us to leave, I can tell Kathy is like super fucked up. So I'm like, oh shit, are you gonna be good? But I could tell like she was like, it was like one of those, like she was done. So we get in the Uber, we make it back to our B&B, because we left our dance stuff at the B&B, because you're not gonna go to no classy ass restaurant with your dance bag, like hell no. So we go back, we get our stuff, and our B&B was literally like 4 minutes away from all the clubs. So we were staying like in like, not Galleria area, but I don't know what area that is, but we were staying in the area that all the clubs are in. Um, so we get back to the Airbnb. Kathy's down for the count. Like it was like one of those like you're not gonna be able to fight through it type drunks. So I'm like, all right. I'm like, I make sure she's good and everything. I get her set up, and I'm like, all right, I'm still gonna go to the club. I'm still gonna go dance, because I'm like, I'm on a mission, y'all. I'm on a so I go to Area 29, and no, I don't think it was Uptown, because it was off. All the clubs are off of this street called Richmond Avenue, and our Airbnb, if I remember correctly, was also off of Richmond Ave. I don't think that's considered Uptown. I don't know, but I could be wrong. Um, so I go to Area 29 or whatever. I get in there, and by the time I got in there, it's like 3, maybe even 3:30 when I got in that bitch. It was late, y'all. It was late. Cause when I say we partied, like we full blown partied before before we were supposed to be working. So I get there late as fuck. So I'm like, oh snap, like am I gonna make money? Cause I'm late. Like I am really late. But I was about it. I was like, yo, I'm in this bitch. I'm still gonna make this bread. Whatever it takes. Um so I get in there, I put myself in the locker room, whatever, I get dressed, whatever we do, I come out. It's mad sections already going off, throwing bands like y'all. When I say this club is like not the type of club they come in and throw a little like a little 400, a little 500. No, this club is like one section will throw 10K, the next section throwing 15, this section throwing 4K, this section throwing 7. I'm like, oh shit. So I get in there, it's going up in that bitch. I'm like, and the club is huge, huge. So I'm like, I'm just looking. I'm like, oh shit. And I'm looking around because I'm like, I am the only small girl in this whole shit. Because Houston's version of small is not small. Every time we kept asking clubs if they like small girls, because these clubs, mind you, me and Kathy face card good. So these clubs would be DMing us and asking us to come work for them. And we would be like, yo, like when we would talk to them in person or whatever, we were like, hey, like, you know, what's the nature of like what's the vibe here? Do they like small girls? And the girls they would show us is like small but with ass shots. So that's not small. They might be short like us. They might naturally be skinny like us, but they got their ass done or they have ass shots. So they are no longer considered a small girl. I'm talking about naturally small girls who don't have thick ass butts. Me and Kathy are small. So everybody kept on saying, yeah, we like small, they like small girls, they like small girls, y'all gonna make money, y'all gonna make money, y'all gonna make money. Then we go in there and it's like we are too small for, well, actually, no, people was actually fucking with us. I'm not even gonna lie, they was actually fucking with us, but not fucking with us in a like we was getting in no 7K section with just the two of us type fucking with us. You know, I need to fuck with me like that. You don't fuck. I need you to fuck with me like that. I need you to like you throw me like two bands type fucking with me, not fucking with me as in like it's just different levels to the shit. Like unless you like dance, it's like different levels. I don't even want to get into explaining it. But I get in there. And so there's a section upstairs, and it was like an exclusive on some private shit. And that's where like the people that I was partying with at the last spot, they were upstairs in the exclusive section, and then there were more people that were added on. I get upstairs, y'all. Y'all would never believe what I ended up dancing for. I ain't gonna say it, but boy, that's I said, yo. I turned around, I was like, oh shit. But of course, on my face, I'm not finna be like I'm not finna be I'm not finna be in my face like you know. So I'm like I'm just like doing my thing, whatever we dance or whatever. It was a vibe. Everybody up there was cool. They threw mad money. My only issue is in Houston, you don't touch any of your bread. So like they throw the money, but then the money gets put in garbage bags and then put in these like cages. But at the end of the night, like this particular club takes out like 10%, which I feel like is extremely high. Take out 10% of your money, and you gotta tip out mad people, and they tip out as high. Like I didn't pay tip out, but it's just like, um, it's just so much money you gotta dish out, bro. I'm like, it's so much money you gotta dish out at that club. You have to go in there and make 3 bands just to make it worth going in there to dance. Like you would have to go in that club and make at least like, oh, if I'm being honest, because of all their high ass fees, you would have to make at least $1,500 every time you stepped in that bitch to make it worth it. And no, actually no, you would have to make 2K because after you do the tip out and you tip out the sweepers and the house mom and the DJ and they take out their 10% and everything like that. After all of that, you have to make at least 2 bands because you only gonna walk out with probably about like shit. And after they, people be money get funny when people take your bread and they count it for you. Oh hey bitch, now my friend is in the chat. Y'all, that's my friend Aila. That's one of my closest friends, y'all. Um, money get funny when it's a club where you don't walk around with your own bag and you aren't responsible for your own bread. Money get funny, money get missing. So I feel like in that club you have to make at least a good 2K because you're only gonna walk out with shit like 1,200. Tip out is a amount of money that you pay in order to work. As a dancer, you have to pay to work. And so with that particular night, I was feeling some type of way because I'm like, with the amount that the table threw, we should have each made at least 2,500 a piece. Y'all wanna know what I left with? And I'm gonna be completely transparent. And y'all, because I did my calculations with the girls that were in that section, I'm scared. With the girls that were in that section, we should have each made $2,500 a piece. Y'all, why leave with 850 after tipping everybody out and after they took their 10% and after whatever the fuck else got missing? $850. How it go from 2,500 to $850? Cause I'm like, where the rest of my bread at? I couldn't even be happy about the 850 because I'm like, I'm missing. I should have walked out of here with at least 2K. I would have been fine if even if you know, after everything they took out, you know, they 500 whatever. Because I'm like, if you taking 10%, we supposed to make 2,500. All right, your 10%, that would have been 250 gone. Then you tip out everybody else. That's like another maybe like $100 or so, whatever. All right, I still should have made at least $2,100. And that's what I was irritated about because I'm like, bro, I've had nights in New York where I've busted down 2K bags by myself. So I'm not wanting to come all the way out to Houston to leave making no 850 in a night when I can stay in New York and make 1,100 or 1,000 or shit. Say I would make 600 up here, that's fine because it's like I ain't traveling nowhere to get it though. Shit, $600 and all I had to do was pay the 275 to get on the damn train. Okay, so that was my only issue with them. Outside of that, like the guy that got me to come out there, he was mad cool. He looked out for us the whole time that we were there. But I just didn't like the fact that so much of your money gets gone. So much of your money gets gone. Um, and he's not wait, because that's the only thing to justify him getting um wait, does the DJ pay a tip out or something? Does it not get paid by? So anywhere you work, it's normally like the culture of like the dance industry that you tip out the DJ for playing what you like when you go on stage, so that you make more money, so that it's lit. Like a lot of time, like if you don't tip the DJ, then when you go on stage, they gonna play some bullshit because you know they like, oh, she don't be tipping me no way. But if you tip the DJ, when you go on stage, they'll put you on stage if they see money in the club, and they'll also play what you like when you're on stage. So that's why you want to always tip your DJ. Um, some clubs require it, and some clubs don't. My club that I work at now is not a requirement. You do it just off the strength of like, hey, I fuck with you. I like the fact that you was playing me good shit, and you called me up at a good time. Boom, I'm gonna give you some money. But some clubs require you to tip the DJ. Um, so this particular club required you to. So yeah, I left with like 850 that night, and I'm just like, oh, what the hell? And then the night after, me and Kathy came in, cause she was feeling better and stuff like that. So me and Kathy were that Saturday night, and that Saturday night we, by the grace of God, y'all, face cars be going dummy, they good. We end up in a section, and this time it's that group that I was telling you about, the UBK group. We end up in their section, and again they throw mad money. But the only thing was this time, because we went the same week that Super Bowl was that weekend. So a lot of these people were getting ready to go to LA for Super Bowl Sunday, and we're in there on a Saturday. So they not finna cash on no 10K when they finna go to LA on a Sunday the next day and go pipe the fuck up in the LA club. You know what I mean? I can't even be mad at that. So they still threw a lot of money. Don't give me one. Yeah, no, they still threw a lot of money, but they probably threw maybe like, if I had to count or guess, maybe like maybe 3 or 4K, but it was mad bitches in that section, bro. It was like fucking 7, 8 bitches. 3 or 4K. Shit, when it's 8 of y'all. I'm like, what the fuck? So Saturday, if I'm not even capping, I think Saturday night, me and Kathy made like, oh man, I think we left Saturday night with like 250. I'm like 250. Oh yeah, y'all. Look. Hey Remy. Remy. Y'all, that's what I was saying. She been doing good now. She been doing her little thing. She's purring right now. Oh, I'm sorry, Remy. Oh yeah, Remy. Yeah, she been. Look at the camera, Remy. I feel like because the ring light be on, she don't want to look at the camera because it'd be too bright for her, maybe. But yeah, Remy's been good. My fat cat's been good, but she's not so fat anymore. I miss when Remy was fat. I've been trying to fatten her up, so she's been kind of. I don't know if it's the I be trying different brands of food with her lately because it's like I don't know. She just all of a sudden um don't be doing her little like greedy shit that she normally be on. So yeah. So yeah, like I was saying, so that Saturday we left with like maybe like I think we made like 250 that Saturday. I'm like 250. Yeah, Remy's older. Um she over here, she rubbing my legs. Um and I'm just like, bro, I ain't had a night that low in like I don't even know when. Honestly, New York be showing me. New York be showing me mad love. I'm very thankful. New York is the most money I've ever made. Doing anything. Um, so I'm like 250, like, cause in New York, like even on a slow night, if it's super super slow, then yeah, okay, 250. But on a like typical New York slow night, you still can make like a good like a little 4 or 5 on a slow night. Um, And then on like your more like on a like more average night, I would say like 6 to 8. And then on a good night, like 1,000 up. So in total, the whole week of the Houston trip, I made like I think like $1,800. So I'm like, now it took me a week to make $1,800. Like, or no, let me not say that. I'm saying that like that's not a decent amount. That is a decent amount when you haven't traveled. That's not what I'm saying. But when you traveled and you've already paid for like Airbnbs, flights, Ubers, food, all that, 1,800 is not a good amount when you're traveling. If you are in your home city, then it's like hell yeah, I just made almost like 2K on in a week. Like I ain't tripping about it. I'm cool with that. But if you're traveling, then no. So I did all that, and then I literally came back that Sunday and was gonna work Sunday night in New York, but I was like, oh, I'm tired. Slept Sunday night. Monday was Valentine's Day. I went into work up here in New York on Monday for Valentine's Day, and I made over $2,000. So I'm like, bro, to be in Houston for a whole week and make 1,800, and then come back up here in New York and make over 2 bands on a Monday and on Valentine's Day, girl. I was happy as fuck because I feel like, oh my god, thank you universe for like blessing me because you just saw me get my ass whooped in Houston. Um, but yeah, I was like, damn, like I don't know. I'm not turned off of going to dance other places, but I kind of am at the same time because I just feel like travel dancing is so risky, and I just feel like there's way more cons than pros unless you travel dance to places that aren't popular cities. I would say like if I were to like travel dance again, well, I mean, I'm planning to do Miami just because my friend wants to go and I'm gonna go with her, but that's if we actually end up going. But I would say like travel dancing in general is more so only worth it if you're gonna do places where like if you went to like some random bumblefuck place in Virginia or if you went to like some random at like shit, if you went to like Utah or some shit, some place where it's like they're not used to seeing people that look like you, so you're kind of like stand out more. But then also a place where it's not like a everything is like BBLs and like stuff like that. Someone said Cherry, Mercury said Cherry, since you're opening up more about your more about your dancing life, would you consider doing stripper vlogs? I would. I was saying earlier though, I would more so do them on TikTok than YouTube, just because I don't know, it's just easier and they're shorter. So maybe I'll actually no, maybe I'll do some here too. Maybe I'll do some here too. But yeah, I have been opening up more about dancing. I used to be a lot more low key with it, and I'm still like it's like I'm 50-50. I'm like low key, but I'm not low key with it. Like I never want my social medias to give like, oh, that dancer bitch, but I'm also don't hide the fact that I dance. So yeah. Let me read some of these other comments. I've heard Ashburn, but it's down South Georgia, like Valdosta. Oh, I ain't even heard of that. Or up in the mountains. Yeah, I would believe it. Cause like you gotta go places where like I don't want to sound bad by saying it, but like you gotta go places where there's not so much competition, honestly. When you go to places like Miami, Atlanta, Houston, LA, um, those are like those are strip club places. They're strip club capitals. The bitches is all fire. They all doing hella tricks. They all doing, the most. They mainly all got surgery, all this other stuff. So, um, I feel like those are not good places to travel dance to, if I'm being honest. I would definitely say, and I mean, Kathy brought this up to me too. She was like, yo, like, you gotta do like more low key spots. And I agree. And I always hear that LA is very, very colorist. So, and my friend, I don't know if Naila is still in the chat, but even Naila has spoken on that, like how, like, Naila doesn't dance, but Naila lives in LA, and she's spoken on the fact that even though like her herself, like Naila is light skinned, and you would think that she's mixed, she's black, but you would think she was mixed, so light skin, like, she looks like the stereotypical mixed girl look, not in a bad way, but I'm just saying, like, how people like there's no look for mixed people because you can be mixed and look anything, but y'all know how that there's like that stereotypical look that people feel like unless you look like that you couldn't possibly be mixed. So they look for like the 3A hair and like the lighter skin, so Naila fits into that category. But she was saying that even with her presenting that way, because she's still you can still tell that like she's half black. She was saying that her experience in LA is like the men are so anti-black and so colorist that even with her being light skinned and looking more on the mixed side, because she's not Spanish or like super 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 mixed girl, like almost like white girl looking, she was like, yo, she was like, LA is like very, very colorist. And I've heard this from so many people. Kathy said that too. Kathy used to live out in LA. Kathy's also light skinned. Kathy said that even with her being her complexion, she was like, Carter was barely fucking with me. So, yeah, LA is definitely like is bad. From what I hear, it's very, very bad. Oh, I would believe that Daytona would be awesome to dance at during the Daytona 500 because race car fans are crazy. Like they are very loyal when it comes to NASCAR. So yeah, I would definitely say smaller cities. Don't let these girls on TikTok. These girls on TikTok be glorifying the hell out of travel dancing. And travel dancing just is not what you see on TikTok. Like they be making it seem like you finna go out there and make 10K or 8K if you go travel dance. And bro, I promise you, like, travel dancing is a big risk, and a lot of the time you take more L's than W's. Um, Naila said all they look for is not black. Yeah, that's literally, I've heard so many people say that, like so many people say that. Um, So yeah, I personally would never go try to dance in LA because I don't want my feelings hurt like that. Um, Someone said, Carissa said I also went to Dames and they still told me just come back because it was so slow. I don't know what Dames is. I heard Vegas is bad too, but I didn't hear that Vegas was bad particularly because of colorism, which I'm sure it is because it's still the West Coast. But I heard Vegas is bad because everybody sells cat and prostitution out there is legal. And so if you're not selling cat, it's very hard to make money because everybody, that is the norm. And that's why I heard Vegas was hard. So yeah, just things to think about. But yeah, no, dancing has been it's been doing what it need to do. Um, Somebody I saw in the chat earlier had asked if dancing makes me want to get my body done, and honestly, dancing I would say more so put more urgency on it. But if I'm being completely honest and transparent with y'all, and I feel comfortable sharing this because I'm always just gonna be me. Um, if I'm being completely honest, I always wanted my body done. It was never because of dancing. It wasn't because of men. It was because from the time I was all throughout middle school, all throughout high school, all throughout college, it was the bitches always picking on me for being a stick, for being thin, for being small, for having no ass, always picking on me, picking on me, picking on me, picking on me 24 fucking 7. And that's why I don't like when people try to say, like, oh, if you want surgery, then you're just trying to get male validation. And they act like the black community is not extremely mean to small black women. Extremely mean to small black women. Being skinny and black is miserable. And now I'm average size. Like I'm 138 now. So I'm no longer like I'm not skinny anymore. But I'm average size. And even being average size, the black community is still like the black community is not nice to small black women. It's not, if we're being quite frank. And everybody tries to gaslight you and act like they don't understand why so many black women are willing to go under the knife and get a BBL when we've been getting made fun of for like 15 plus years of our lives. I want one, but I want a skinny one. I don't want anything big. I don't want anything obnoxious. I'm very big on still looking natural. I really like how when the white girls get BBLs, they get them to look real natural. That's what I want. I don't want these thick in the fucking hip ass, thick in the ass BBLs. I want something that looks like it could be mine. Ruby Rose me, okay? I don't want no Nicki. I don't want no Cardi. I don't want none of that extra shit. Ruby Rose me, okay? I don't want none of that extra shit. Sweeties is too damn big. Summer Walker's is too damn big now. I don't like when it starts to get too big. I don't like that because none of us are big women. We're small. Um, so yeah, still I wouldn't say, going back to my original point, I wouldn't say that the strip club made me want to get surgery because I knew what a BBL was way before it became the wave, y'all. Like if I'm being honest, I knew what a BBL was back in college, and I went to college in 2012. I knew what a BBL was, and I knew I wanted one. Way before it became the wave. I have doctors that I've been following for like 5 plus years. So me wanting that was always a me thing. It was never because it was the trend. It was never because I wanted to be in nightlife or anything like that. It was just because I have a way that I want my body to look, regardless of what anybody else feels. I have a way that I want it to look, and I'm willing to pay for it. And I'm honest with myself, and I don't like to work out. I don't like to work out. I don't care how many people say, oh, you can get in the gym. I know you can get in the gym. I know that if I worked out, I'd have the exact body I want. I don't want to work out. I don't like working out. I'm lazy. Don't like physical activity unless it's fun. I'll rock climb with you. We can go hiking. We can go swimming. We can go jet skiing. We can go biking. But I don't want to work out. And I've never liked working out. And I never will like working out. I don't like working out. I don't mind eating healthy. That part is easy. I like healthy food. It be bussin'. I don't want to work out. I'm not working out. Dr. Young Money be snatching them bitches. Dr. Young Money is the best one I've seen in the States. The best one I've seen in the States. But I think he's booked up for a couple years and I'm not waiting that long. And honestly, again, I know this is an unpopular opinion, and I'm not asking for anybody to try to persuade me or change my mind because I made my mind up. Because again, I've been following these doctors for years. I'm not just hopping on a wave because other girls or whatever. Um, I would never go to the DR or Mexico, but if I'm being completely honest, Colombia surgeons have the best results. I said what I said. Colombia has the best BBL results. They do small girls. They have work that does not look crazy. It looks very proportional, and that should be looking bomb. Colombia has the best fucking BBL surgeons. Because the States, the thing that I noticed about the States, you guys, is the reason I don't want to get mine done in the States is because the States cannot take out as much fat, and also the way the areas in which they take fat out. I don't know if y'all notice this, but like when you see girls that go to Miami to get BBLs or they get their BBLs done in the States, they always still look very wide in the torso area, but just wide with a fat ass. I don't want to be wide with a fat ass. I want my torso area to be skinny and snatched up and small. I don't want to be wide with a fat ass. And I don't want to have to go through 3 rounds of BBL to get it. If you go to Colombia the first time, you don't have to go 2, 3, 4, 5 times. They literally be looking like they torso be wide as fuck and ass be fat. And I'm like, damn, like you don't even look like you got shit done to your middle section. And that's why I don't want mine done in the States. Cause I don't want my midsection to be the almost damn near the exact same. We're just a tiny bit different. But then I still got a stomach and everything in the middle look the same, but then I just got a fat ass. I don't want that. I want you to I want my stomach to disappear. Okay, little baby? I literally want that Ruby Rose. I don't want my stomach to exist. And also, um, the states charges way more for worse work, in my opinion. Colombia, and this is not me saying, oh, try to get it for cheaper. This is not me saying that. Surgery is not something you try to get for cheap. But I'm saying the work in Colombia is better and the pricing is not as much as here. And it just happens to be lower. I would say like Colombia, you can get, girl, you can go to Colombia and get a whole 360 lipo, BBL, everything. Snatch up that shit and shit. Say you want some veneers. I don't want no veneers. I would just do braces. That's the one thing where I'm like, I'd rather do braces. Them big ass teeth is not for me. Um, but you can go to Colombia, get hella shit snatched up, shit, chin lipo, whatever the fuck you want, and you still won't even pay 10K. Up here, your surgery will start at 10K, and that's before your massages, before your flights, anything else. Yeah, Turkey is very good for hairlines and noses. I know girls that have been to Turkey for surgery, and men that have been for the hairlines. Turkey is, I'm sorry, Turkey is very known for their hair transplants and for their noses. I would never get a BBL in Turkey. I don't know if y'all follow Miss R Fabulous on here. I love her channel. I love her. She's funny as hell. But if I remember correctly, because I've been following her for some years now, she got a BBL in Turkey and she's had so many complications since having that done in Turkey. And she always is like she regrets it and she wish she hadn't done it. And I just hear like Turkey be botching people for BBL. So I wouldn't get nothing else done in Turkey. Um, no. And I like my nose, so I wouldn't want my nose done. Now hairline shit, they could shrink my forehead, baby. Honestly, the healing process wasn't so long to shrink your damn forehead. I would do it in a heartbeat. But you're not finna tell me that I gotta fucking wait a year? That's a long time. Fuck no. And then after that year, I also then gotta wait for the hair in the front to catch up with everything else. No, no. I'm just gonna be frontals for life. Or shit, wigs or whatever. A skinny BBL is a BBL but for smaller women. Um, ooh, let me try to find some of these other comments. Mm-mm-mm. But yeah, so yeah, I'm 100% pro surgery. I feel like when you look good, you feel good. I went to cosmetology school because I'm a believer in that. I did makeup as a full time job and ran a makeup business because I'm a big believer in that. I want to go back to school for my next endeavor because I'm a big believer in that. When you look good, you feel good. I like making people look good, and I believe in when I look good, I feel good. And yeah, and I don't care who tells me to do otherwise. I don't care who's like, oh, y'all bitches, I don't got cert. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, I'm y'all, I'm you bitches. And nobody's gonna guilt trip me into otherwise. I like filler. I like Botox. Um, I wouldn't overdo it, but I like filler. I like Botox. Uh, I'm into cosmetics shit. I don't want to say what I want to go back to school for, just because I just want to wait until everything is like even more in the works. And then just like announce it. But I've started the process. Thank you guys for the people saying my lips look good. Thank you. I paid for them to look good, so they better. Cause yeah, y'all, I'm very open with all my stuff. I got filler in my lips. I got filler in my cheeks. Now, granted, I actually, again, you guys, I'm 100%. I'm very transparent. I want the filler in my cheeks taken down some. I actually been looking into getting some of it dissolved. Um, Night Duna. Yeah, I'm finna wrap this up too in a little bit because I've been on here for a long ass time. Um, I want some of the filler in my cheeks dissolved because I liked it better when I only had a half a syringe in each cheek, and now I have a full syringe in each cheek. And I just feel like the placement of where the girl placed it makes my face look wider. And that was not what I wanted. I don't want my face to look wide. Now, granted, and I don't, well, I was gonna say, oh, granted, I've gained weight, but I actually haven't even gained weight. It just makes my face look wide. And I don't like it. Some days I'm more okay with it, but then most days I'm like, I'm not really feeling how full this area looks. But yeah, I have filler in my cheeks, I have filler in my lips. And then she put a little bit in my chin, which I told her, I was like, girl, I don't want nothing in my chin. I don't want the pointy Russian girl chins that they be liking. But she put a little in there, so I'm waiting on that shit to dissolve too. But I don't all the way hate it, but I don't necessarily like it either, just because I'm not a pointy chin bitch. Now my chin is a little pointy. Okay, my chin can tell you directions right now. I'm like, what the fuck? So yeah, I've been waiting on it to on it to like naturally like for my body to metabolize it. But if we're being honest, filler never goes away. That's why people get them dissolved because it doesn't go. They say, oh, it's only gonna be like this for a couple months or whatever. No, baby. The first time I ever got filler on my lips, the filler I still saw the filler for a whole year and a half before I felt like it was gone. Somebody said I hate the BBL stomach. That's because them girls, they don't be getting their massages and they don't put in anything to keep the shape of their belly button. I've tried Botox. I like Botox. I like Botox because it gives you a very like snatch look. And Botox is more of a preventative measure. Botox is not something you wait until you have something you want to fix. You do it to prevent getting those wrinkles and those fine lines and stuff like that. So I like Botox. Botox is cool. Yep, I had it in my forehead. Yeah, I had it all in my forehead actually. I think I don't think I ever had Botox anywhere else. But this time I think I would do like this area so that when I go like this, I get rid of that line. Maybe do a little on my forehead, but my forehead doesn't really wrinkle, so I'm not really ever like pressed to like put Botox in my forehead because my forehead doesn't really wrinkle. But I do want it in this line, so I got to go take it out, and then these I would do it in those lines. But also Botox in your forehead helps with sweating too. Some people get Botox in their armpits. Botox can help with migraines, all types of stuff. So people don't always just get Botox just for cosmetic reasons. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap this up, you guys, because I am hungry and I need to pee. So I hope everybody has a great night. Thank you guys for rocking with me per usual. I will keep this live up maybe for like maybe like 24 48 hours. But it won't be up permanently. And yeah, or maybe if I can find a way to switch it over to a membership, I'll do it that way. But yes, thank you for rocking with me, guys. I hope everybody has a good night and enjoy your Saturday. Yeah, and I'll have my stories up soon. Bye.